From the future ค่อยๆตะล่อมเข้ามานะฮะแบบนี้ค่อยๆตะล่อมเข้ามาแต่ว่าเลยไปไกลมาแล้วตรงนี้จัดไป2น็อกเข้ามาแล้วชาร์จเข้ามาจังหวะที่2คนนั้นโยชิเปบุรีเก็บเรียบอีก
这一来了 ，GXA 正反面都有敌人，腹背受敌，很难受啊！这波想救人，龙哥直接扔火，压制位置，这个火能烧到吗？烧到了，刚起身又倒地一个，硬救吗？这波硬救啊！这波硬救想要争取时间，但龙斯科在平地上被发现了，不良利用一个视野差起身，扶起的同时瞬间秒掉一个。
淘汰了，有机会的，这波如果
直接拉下，听到你人投掷我拉过来硬打有了。IF1 这一把24个淘汰拿下这一局。
Expecting maybe Leventus tries to.
Oh no!
Hello.
No, wait.
That is bait. That is absolute bait. 팀원 쪽으로
사격을
옆으로 가야 되는데
몸으로 판. 예.
들어서 싸우는 거예요. 싸우면서 한 번. 자 위에서 하나씩 잡아주네요. 자 내리고 내리고.
스타로드. 와. 자 헬리과 스타로드.
자
박살내고 있어요. 잘 버텼는데요. 아 가는기가.
looking for some angle here onto Zenith, using up quite a bit of utilities. You've seen smokes and flashes come back out. Guab can't find him just on the other side of the car here. Just peek around a little bit lower. There you go. Finds them underneath. Gets a knock. Guabi gets later. Roth and Kickstart. 3 players down. Looks to flush it out, but simply Matt picks up Mystery in the end. Liberating.
Split of Team Liquid here. He's still on the Invisibles. Not going to land too much damage to the M4 initially, and Navi may get away scot-free. Gene was already said, oh, Kenya! Everybody back up on top of him. Look at that, Rich.
I guess he's jumped to 15th, so here we are. But I'm looking at ends because they're crashing. Oh, Tixie, stunning form. Absolutely stunning form. I guess you can't get shot if you're flipping around in the air like that. They're breaching. This is nice. They focused on one building. He's come up on top of the building. That's nuts. And Enzo just wiped out the Wildcats. Yes, Rustamaz on his knee. Here we go.
I hope this is the read.
Yep.
How's he landed? Oh, the whole group took. Is it the vehicle? Oh my god, he just landed perfectly.
10cm씩 이동하는. 야 이거 야. 세 가지의 그 사격 자세를.
네.
먹잇감. 와 진짜 좋은 플레이했네요.
This is insane. The amount of smokes, vision is everything, information is everything. They're going to hit Rodents, go for the spray. That's short gone. That's Killy Guy on the board. And now suddenly just one of the bystanders, just yellow, right next to Melman. Goodbye to these teams down to so few players. Zocca, Killy Guy surrounded. Quizzy sprays. It's still Killy Guy. He's in the blue. Zocca still staying alive. Melman goes down.
ระยะกันเลยครับแม่เกตเอาเรื่องเหลือเกินครับผมและตองเคถือโอกาสถือวิสาสะซะหน่อยครับตองเคบอกขออนุญาตขอบล็อกด้านหลัง
对回去，然后再把经典的 T1 给处理了，但是
反而是不让他们去靠近这个山头，给 PSG 争取更多的打时间，被影响的。不要这个是无处藏身，真的无处藏身，
真的是一点脚。
Hi, this is Annie of Weekly PCS. Did you enjoy watching last week's PCS2 events? Now that we only have 1 week left, I'll tell you the watch points to better enjoy the last week of PCS2, so stay tuned. The rivalry to watch in North America is between Sonics and Shoot to Kill. This rivalry can also be seen in the Pick'em Challenge event. In the first week, Shoot to Kill earned the most votes, but by the second week, many fans voted for Sonics. Sonics is still leading the way, showing steady performance throughout the 4 days. They've won 5 chicken dinners out of 16 matches, but at the same time earning tons of kill points. On day 4, they won the first 2 matches and it seemed like they were widening the gap for good. However, they were sent to lobby a bit early in the next 2 matches, earning only 5 points. Now, here comes Shoot to Kill. They never missed an opportunity to make some moves. They scored a total of 32 points in the last 2 matches, taking the win. They won a 13-kill chicken dinner in the very last match, which was actually their first chicken dinner throughout the whole event, and was like a signal for the revival of Shoot to Kill. Oath, who came in 3rd, had a history of a thrilling come-from-behind victories over Shoot to Kill on the last day of the PCS Charity Showdown by winning 4 consecutive chicken dinners. They are 50 points behind Sonics, but given their performance in PCS Charity Showdown, they are also a team with enough capacity to turn the tables. Will Shoot to Kill grasp this chance and win again? Or will Sonics continue to widen the gap and become number 1? Or will there be a huge reversal? Check out Pcs2 North America Day 5 and 6. In APAC, Vietnam's top dog Divine continued their lead for the second week. They weren't as explosive as the first week, but they widened the gap by scoring 66 points in the second week. In Pick'em Challenge, they've earned more than 150,000 votes in a week, leading by far. Can they maintain their form until the end and grant 100,000 EP to the fans who voted for them? We really have to talk about Buriram United Esports from Thailand that scored 76 points in the second week to advance to second place. This is the team that participated in all of the PCS events and went to the top of the table with 3rd place in Charity Showdown and 2nd place in PCS1. The score gap with Divine is 27 points. This is not a huge gap, which can be made up. Will they be able to win 1st place this time? Fury, the OC's pride, who is following closely behind, also has winning within their grasp. They still haven't won any chicken dinners yet, but Insight, the in-game leader of Fury, mentioned that they are trying to be the first team to win a PCS without a single win on SNS. Will this come true? Let's see how it was in the second week in Europe. FaZe Clan finished 3rd in the first week, but topped the list on the second week. It seemed like the old FaZe Clan was coming back. They also ranked 1st with overwhelming votes in Pick'em Challenge event in the Europe region. The second week of PCS2 Europe was pretty intense though, just like typical Europe. FaZe Clan was widening the gap by winning match 2 on day 4, followed by Shift W and Ends. Ends swept points on second week and reached 3rd place, which is 3 rank higher than the first week. FaZe Clan was very close to winning another chicken dinner on match 3, but Bystanders won 15-kill chicken dinner here, and FaZe Clan failed to take many points for themselves. Both FaZe Clan and Ants were eliminated in the early phase in match 4, and Shift W, who placed 3rd until then, won the chicken dinner and again ranked 2nd with only 18 points gap. Will FaZe Clan finally win the title in PCS2? Or will Shift W, rookie but consisted of veterans, will become a new strong team? Or will there be a huge turnaround like the last PCS1 Europe? We had intense competition until the last day in PCS1 Europe, so we'll have to see what happens in the 3rd week. The final week of Asia has started a bit early, and we have our first PCS2 champion. Among the 4 regions, Asia was indeed the most competitive up until the last day. T1 from Korea and Infantry, Tianba Esports, and Triumphant Song Gaming from China fought fiercely until the last day. We could also see these rivalries on Pick'em Challenge too. There was no solid frontrunner here, so we can see that the votes are relatively dispersed compared to other regions. Among them, we can also see how much fans love 4AM too. Defending champion, Infantry struggled a bit on day 4, earning very few points. Before the last match of day 5, the score gap with T1 widened to 30 points. It looked like Infantry was falling. At the same time, T1 accumulated points showing steady performance and was approaching the threshold of victory. But then, the final day began and everything changed. The game started off weird. After losing the 4v4 battle against Infantry in the first match, T1 was slipping away from first place, earning just 1 point throughout 3 matches. Infantry, on the other hand, seemed like they were totally back on track. They started off by winning 10-kill chicken dinner on the first match. It seemed like the victory was leaning toward them as back-to-back champions. Meanwhile, Triumphant Sun Gaming came up to second place by winning the second match. With 911X, who won both damage and kill leader in Asia, leading the way, Triumphant Sun Gaming was slowly but fiercely climbing to the top. And the final match started, the impossible happened. Infantry was sent to lobby in the early phase without a single kill point. The opportunity went to Triumphant Sun Gaming in T1, but it was Triumphant Sun Gaming who grasped the chance, scored the points needed to pass Infantry, and won Pcs2 Asia. A new champion arose. I won't say more about this match. Please watch this super tense competitive match. Pcs2 Asia and Pick'em Challenge is over, but we still have Pcs2 North America, APAC, and Europe on our way. Check out which teams will become champions in these 3 regions and whether those teams are the teams you've picked. I'll be back with the next weekly PCS. Bye!
And welcome, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Championship Sunday here at the PUBG Continental Series 2 APAC region. This is the final day for these teams to make it to the top and earn those big bucks. But we got to thank everybody who made this happen. Predator, PUBG Corporation, and also Geek Events for pushing it out to you guys. My name is Getting Q. Here with me today is going to be Play of the J.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to have you with us once again. And if you've been following us all the way since the beginning of PCS2, we have all been waiting for this moment, the climax, to see who's going to be walking away with the lion's share of that $200,000 plus. Let's not forget, of course, the PCS2 skins sold in-game is partially going to be going towards the prize pool as well. And big thanks to all of you who contributed to that one.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of these teams, especially for the ones who want to be able to earn the big bucks, need to be at least within the top 6 spot, because at 6th place with 10,000 on the line, one place could make the difference between a team's day and unfortunately going home with a little bit less.
Yeah, and really, I think after the long, arduous journey that all of these teams have gone through, they definitely want to walk away with a little something in the pockets, you know? And unfortunately, due to the situation globally, this is the highest that they can go to. Normally, being victorious at this stage would mean that you would be able to already qualify for the usual end-of-year global championship. But unfortunately, this is going to be the highest honors that these teams can achieve at this present moment of time, and they definitely want to get a hold of that nice trophy. And as mentioned before, if you didn't see on the PlayerUnknown's Facebook page, there's a nice video of the making of the trophy, and it is scintillating, and you definitely cannot deny that all of these teams definitely want to put that in their trophy cabinet.
Yeah, it looks, I mean, that video alone looks fine, but a lot of these teams, as you mentioned before, Jay, that this is the highest honor that these guys can earn, so it just means that the competition is going to be that much stiffer. Coming into these games, though, what do you think about some of these teams? Can somebody actually overtake Divine at this point?
I think after we saw from yesterday's competition, it's anyone's game at the moment. Well, anyone's game, I mean, they're going to be the top few places that are within striking distance. And within striking distance, they are. As, of course, we do have Fury Australia, Buriram United, and Battle Arena Elites all following relatively closely. A little bit on the outsider side, it will be Victim Rise. But who knows? There are only 4 rounds, though, for today. You know, so that's, of course, going to be the limiting factor here for these teams. They've had to set themselves up yesterday if they want to have a chance today.
The consistency is going to be really key for a lot of these teams, especially for Divine, because after yesterday's performance, that point gap has shrunk significantly from what used to be a 45-point gap, now only becoming a 15-point gap, with the closest one being Fury.
Oh, yeah. And just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, today is the final day of the competition, if you didn't get that just yet. And of course, we are seeing the best teams participating here from Vietnam, Thailand, Oceania, Indonesia, Malaysia, and the Philippines. And I think, you know, looking at the top spots currently in our leaderboard, it is well represented. Divine Esports, of course, coming from Vietnam, Fury Australia, Oceania, Buriram United, Thailand, and Battle Arena Elites from Malaysia.
And remember, that 200,000 prize pool that all of these competitors are looking to get a big slice of pie from. Don't forget, 12.5% of the in-game sales of these sweet PCS2 skins will be out. But now let's look at the overview overall and our lovely point system if you're just joining us for this final Sunday.
Yeah, and it's going to be, of course, our super rule. So again, if you've been living on a rock, it's going to be 10 points per chicken dinner, and of course 1 kill per point, and everything in between. And so I think, given this, you know, we've seen that teams need to have a real careful balance of things, and currently Divine Esports is the one that has it in spades. They have the highest number of placement points and also kill points, but that is quickly diminishing in both categories here. But they still got 176 points to lead the pack. Fury Australia going to be relatively close behind here, 15 points only. And of course, Buriram United and Battle Arena Elites following up in that third and fourth place.
So now let's look at the damage. Top 5s with first place, of course, it's going to be from Fury. Yiki Kamukao doing some decent damage. I mean, not even decent. That's a lot of damage for one man. BRU's Iadi following shortly behind, just 200 damage just off as we look into the top 5 kills.
And Genfos leading the pack here, 37. Eddie close behind with the 35. Venotica with 34. Levi's with 31. And Yiki Kamukau actually bursting here into the, well, I'm not sure bursting is the right word, but he wasn't in the top 5 yesterday, but he definitely is to match with that top damage statistic that we did see in the previous screen. So yeah, I know some of them went by a little bit quickly in terms of the scores, but yeah, Buriram United, they're in 3rd place. They are currently on 155 points, you know, so that does mean it's a 21-point gap for them, and 3 points behind them is going to be Battle Arena Elite. So if we look at it, these teams, those 2 teams in particular, Fury even more so, is going to be definitely within striking distance. They get a good win, and that's going to garner them 10 points plus how many kills. Usually double-digit kills tend to follow there, and right now we can see this is how the points has been moving along here for our top 2 contenders.
Oh boy, I mean, it's looking kind of frustrating, especially if you are in Divine's position. Starting off the day is really strong in their current form. However, coming towards day 4 and day 5 as well, they really dropped the ball. Where else Fury really took the handles here and stole it away with 38 points and 33 points on day 4 and 5, despite a poor performance on day 3.
And Fury Australia, for not winning a single chicken dinner, they are still one of the most consistent teams in placing into the top areas, as we can see here. 5 chicken dinners for Divine, but 0 for Fury Australia. So I think Divine has really been a lot of feast and famine, but they still managed to squeeze in the kills, of course, as we can see that their total kills is still going to be the highest, but it's only going to be 9 kills more than Fury, who have been really putting out the damage. Look at that. There's a 4,000 points of damage discrepancy right there, and that is absolutely crazy.
I mean, to be fair, Divine is in a position where, since they're in the top spot and they don't have to worry about the point differentials in the previous days, they could definitely choose, we don't have to necessarily take these fights. Fury, on the other hand, these guys do not back down, but more noticeably is their Erangel total points, which I think is definitely significantly lacking compared to the consistency of the Miramar and Erangel points earned by Divine.
Yeah, and I think now when we're looking at, of course, the 6 days of play, we have Miramar as the first map for 4 out of the 6. So that could definitely play a hand in Fury's success, because they might be very comfortable on it and they can garner points from that matchup regardless of what really happens. And other teams might not be firing on all cylinders. We've been talking about how Battle Arena Elites, they kind of show up more on Erangel by contrast, you know. So these different permutations kind of like maybe play into that. But it would be interesting to see if Fury can take this from Divine without taking a single chicken dinner.
Well, we're just going to have to hope that it isn't going to be like day 5 with some crazy circles coming in for some of these teams, really putting the reins and limiters, forcing them to be as hyper adaptable as possible. So maybe today might be a little bit easier, maybe a little bit harder.
Oh, it could be. And let's not forget, of course, our very final matchup yesterday. That was the craziest set of circles we've seen so far, where the first 3 circles all seemingly going to be cropping out at least 2/3 of playable area per circle. So that is absolutely intense there from the team's perspective. And Battle Arena Elites, let's not forget, walked away with that win. And they managed to get 21 points from that. If they get a similar game, they're going to be right back in the swing of things. But ladies and gentlemen, we are starting our final day right now here. Here's match number 1 on Miramar.
And it's going to begin real soon as these players are loading up as they get ready for the drop. Looking at the flight path so far, still pretty central, coming in from west to east. Very normal. I don't see any problems with this whatsoever, unless the circle decides to be really unkind this time around.
Oh, I think that would be a very interesting twist here for our final day if such a thing were to happen. So we'll see who is going to be having nerves here today, as it really comes down to this set of clutch performances in events, I do say. So they don't have a lot of rounds to do it in. In recent times, competitions, we've had 5 per day, but now, yep, it's only going to be these 4 crucial rounds that everyone has to try and deliver the best they can.
And considering yesterday's performance, I think the big thing that I'm worried for is a lot of the scouts on Miramar. You know, your dedicated scouts looking for that information to scope out the area, the landscape, just have a good idea. Yesterday, they really struggled. However, coming in from day trade, they were able to take out quite a number of scouts, and the same can be said for Yiki Kamukau himself. He's got some, I don't know, some counter sniper skills, or something is just working for him.
Oh, that guy is an absolute unit, and he's been delivering time and time again, even on seemingly all by himself. And just to looks like we have a very similar circle to what we had yesterday, but I think this is even more aggressive in terms of how it will impact the strategy from a lot of these teams, I dare say.
I think a little too much. I mean, BAE as well as DXG are going to have the longest trip just to get into the eastern side, just to get remotely close to the circle. So I don't know how that's going to play out. We know Fury for a fact is going to go for Los Leones. They're going to be dropping a little bit later because of the flight path, but that's still okay. I don't think anybody really wants to contest them.
Yeah, I think the thing which will be interesting is just whether some teams decide to turn it up a notch here, just because it is the final day. Now, we did talk about how there are different tiers of prize money, but there could be some teams which, unfortunately, are not going to be able to win as much as some others, you know. And of course, yeah, today is the time to make up the differences. So some teams, they'll go balls to the wall, just trying to grab as many kills as they can, and they won't really care about which team is going to be there. They see Divine in the kill feed, you don't care. We want to take those points. See Fury, Australia, don't care. We're going to take down Yikikamukau and Co. But that's something we'll have to see which teams want to do that. And of course, some teams which really just can't make that at all, they might be even more reckless about it.
I don't know how many teams are going to fall into that category, but I, for one, if I was a player in one of these squads, if I see the kill feed that I knocked down somebody from Divine, I am going for it. I'm telling my squad, we got to take these guys out. Let's mess with the top people before we start getting those frags in. But that's why I'm on the caster's desk and not a pro player. Discipline is going to be key.
Oh, and these guys have that in spades. But of course, this is going to be the high pressure situation that is going to really be putting them all to the test. And in terms of the prize money, as you did say, Gideon, there's going to be a massive jump when it comes to that sixth placing. Between 6th and 7th placing is 5,000 difference for a 10 and a 5,000 reward, respectively. And of course, next tier is going to be 8 to 9. So these teams here who are going to be on the precipice of getting into the next tier, they are going to be the teams which are really going to see, can they pull a fast one here on the rest of the competition or not.
Yeah, but they also don't want to lose their members super early on into the game, so it's very risk-reward. Are you looking to play, which phase of the game are you looking to play to really capitalize on some of these teams and maybe etch out or cheese some of these teams to get some free points? And I think for a lot of them, they are prepared. Early game strategies don't necessarily go well because it's a little too risky. I would expect by phase 2 to 3, we're going to start seeing the headshots coming through.
I think we saw a lot of that already yesterday. Buriram on your screen right now. They were the key proponents of this kind of strategizing in the first 2 rounds yesterday on Miramar. And it so happens that when they tried to gatekeep a lot of teams coming inside the zone, they ran into Divine Esports 2 games in a row and managed to almost single-handedly ruin their chances for those 2 rounds as they killed multiple members, though of course it was to their detriment as well. They did manage to cut down the lead regardless through those kind of efforts. So we could see similar things yet again, as yeah, we won't see those directly aggressive confrontations straight up.
And now, considering from what yesterday's circles were like, yes, this is somewhat similar, and a lot of these Western teams are going to be really struggling to be getting into that circle. I'm interested to see whether BAE has kind of like adapted to that. It's like, all right, if this happened yesterday, we know exactly what to do. Can we get into the circle? Can we get prime position?
BAE, of course, they did have some issues on Miramar, as seemingly it's been their cold map by far. But I think especially yesterday, they had a couple of early exits and just really not able to get a lot from it. Of course, game 1 yesterday did go a lot better than game 2. Game 2 getting caught in rotation, and it seemingly didn't work out so well. Same with their match number 3. But match number 4 for them looked pretty promising. And now Kaiser Tuna, they've been here in Impala since the start of the game, but they got visitors in the form of X Stadium. We'll see if they're going to continue with this little bit of urban warfare into the mid game or not.
Insight gets some quick visuals onto Archangel, and that's when they're going to pull back with Joxy in the back, just making sure that he is covering his teammate before they start hunkering down and fortifying the area, or hoping that Archangel moves out so that they can start moving and continue their rotations.
Fury Australia is going to get a knock here onto Lynxy as the fellow Oceania team is actually going to be a little bit on the receiving end here. And this is definitely better than Fury Australia's first game yesterday, where they did get taken out by X Stadium. But now it looks like it's going to be Buriram here getting on the board early at the expense of Magic Esports. And they're going to get one knock here. They're starting to navigate away here, but they're getting tagged up a little bit. Noradra forced to take a little bit more cover. She's actually going to be a little bit further away from the rest of his team, still at the gas station.
Really, really good frag there. He coming in from Raja. He was waiting very patiently, waiting for his team to get in position, but more importantly, just to line up the shot to guarantee that kill. Because he doesn't want to get the initial knock, want to get the initial knock without taking out their opponent, considering that he is the most forefront compared to the rest of his team.
Yeah, this is exactly the discipline that we've been talking about. You might get the knock, but it's not always going to be a smart idea to move in there. It's definitely you're likely to have the opposing team there. But of course, this is standard stuff here. But X Stadium here, they're taking damage here. X Meow is actually going to get knocked down by the nade, and Botbas is going to be able to weigh in on that. Kaiser Tuna defending Impala quite impressively here. And now the rest of X Stadium is going to be in a lot of difficulty to try and pick up their two members.
Yeah, and Cerberus just in the backline as well, just watching and waiting until the right opportunity. As KT, you can see them, they're coming in for the all-in to pick up those knocks, and hopefully the last member of X Stadium can make it out of there, and yes, he does. The speed of the bike is just enough to avoid the initial shots coming at him, and that's going to be enough for him to play for position.
But that is so detrimental for their aspirations here. There's 3 members taken out here right at the start. And X Stadium, they had a great start to PCS2, 10 kills in their very first game, but it's kind of tailed off from there. And yeah, hopefully they're going to be able to take this experience and really bring it towards PCS3 maybe.
And hopefully we're going to see a lot of these teams come back stronger, better, and than ever. As we see BAE slowly coming out onto the high ground here, noticing that there are other players right on top as well. So, Loki's, you got to be careful. Oh, he jumps right off the bike. It looks like he has some kind of information.
La Bandita going to be the holding ground here for Battle Arena Elites. Partly while they wait to see another 20 seconds pass when they can actually time their rotation a little bit better here for phase number 2, but they do have some things to keep them occupied for now. In the meantime, others are also going to be patrolling around the landscape, and you can see why it's just a little bit treacherous to want to really plow in quite centrally. And let's not forget, we have so little playing area that it's even more of a problem here, but looks like it's going to shift down. It's actually going to still take maybe about a third of the playing area out from this phase number 2.
Yeah, I find it super interesting that everybody's kind of conglomerating towards this eastern side. Like, it's not as good of a spread as it was in day 5 itself. But also notice that Victim Rise taking their sweet time with this. They should be able to get into Polento Parisio there, and that should be a very safe spot for them with the least amount of resistance.
I think as well, they don't want to go through a meat grinder at the moment, which we could see that if Divine is going to be pushing quite centrally, they have to run through a couple teams, including Fury Australia, which could be potentially damaging for their Ultimate Championship aspirations. But we'll see how that is going to develop later on. Buriram currently in motion, but Divine, they're actually going to fancy their chances, taking some pot shots here from the future, not landing a whole lot there. But Levi's, he's going to land a few connections there, and just going to be bit off from taking him down.
20% more HP would have been enough, but Buriram continue the onslaught as they are seeing members of Magic as well rotating out of there. Everybody is trying to get out of the way from the future at a safe distance. Will have a look, but now everybody is going in for that full-on fight as they look to go for the all-in engagement. JN, they just turned the wrong direction to JN, shooting him right in the back. Oh, it was a 50-50 opportunity there, but now they have to continue to deal with this all-in from the future, peeking at the right angle. JN is almost going to land that spray, but unfortunately doesn't connect.
Divine going to repel the would-be attackers here. Currently, they are in shambles. They only have 2 players left, but they are not interested in picking up their players. But now, looks like Divine, they're going to have some backup. DN is going to be rolling up here outside. He's going to start priming out some of the utility. Currently, none of the Divine Esports members are going to be inside the building. It's just going to now be this defensive position from the future as how the tables have turned in these circumstances. They're trying to buy as much time as possible. JN going in ham here. He doesn't care about his personal safety, but he's still going to take one down there in that action. But he's going to get traded back here, and now that's hazardous for Divine. They're actually taking damage here. This Battle Arena leads.
Yep, Battle Arena Elites wanting the third Divine, and Divine already losing a member. They're trying to take out the rest of From the Future. One man still standing, holding his own. It's going to be tough here. Even Turtle has been down and executed as the rest of Battle Arena Elites coming in really, really hard. Everybody wants to be part of this fiesta.
Oh, I wonder whether Battle Arena Elites are going to be moving in here. This could be absolutely a big move here for their aspirations to take the title. But now From the Future is kind of doing the work for them. DN is down on the ground here. Flood is actually the one coming in here. They know who it is. They are looking to continue to put the pressure on there. This only Levi's seemingly the last player left yet again, but he doesn't know what kind of treacherous pastures await him. He's not going to have a chance to pick up DN, I think.
Yeah, I don't think he should be. I don't think he should be. That's going to put him in a really compromised position as well, considering the amount of firepower that's being put into his team already. He's got to call it quits at some point. But now BRU looking to try and get the secondary floor as they try to breach into the building. That's going to be two huge knocks coming in from Extreme as he cleans up house.
Oh, wow. The blows being traded between Buriram and United and Astra have been thick and fast here. But finally, Buriram, from having 4 players up, they only have Eddie that's left here, and he's got a lot to do. I don't know if he's going to be able to come out from this one. Currently, it is stacked against him, but he's going to take out one. He's looking for the second. He gets it. And he's still going to survive there and maintain some hope there for the Thai team.
Oh my goodness, he's literally at 10 HP. That headshot saved him. That was a great way to clutch this out, and that's going to be Astar bowing out of this first game as the first team to be eliminated.
Oh, it looks like Dian has actually managed to be picked up here. Battle Arena Elite's not going to be too overzealous with their pursuit of taking down the current leaders, but they're actually going to be spotting out more of these teams. They are not currently inside the zone. They're going to still just be a short walk away. They're prioritizing taking that high ground advantage that they do have, but they are on the short side of the circle, so they can afford to take a little bit more time.
Yeah, they can really just play this slow. But I'm interested to know what's going on down onto the southern side here. The southern side of the map where we have Victim Rise as well as Game Home kind of just creeping up with little to no resistance as they move into the circle.
Definitely going to be the benefactors of the kind of rotation that we saw come out from them. But From the Future here is going to catch out Division X Gaming there. And looks like he's going to be able to pick one up there as the lone player is going to be able to catch it. But now Kaiser Tuna in trouble. They've been looking to be very aggressive here in this game, but they are in turn going to be aggressed upon. And now they only have one player remaining. They're 2 on their knees at the moment, but it's a tall order. There's still 2 MSC Theathon players who can still fight back.
KT, they just need to kind of hold out a little bit longer, waiting for a team to potentially change the factors and maybe get a revive to bail out of that tough spot. But now looking over at the overview, Fury, BAE in relative proximity to each other, while DXG, they are looking to rotate.
Oh, and right now, Eddie, he's going in very late with the blue zone here, and I think he's got not many options available to him. He still has enough meds to deal with this, but I think as a solo member remaining for his team, he kind of has to take this approach. But we did see that From the Future finally going to get eliminated here, and Divine, they have managed to bounce back. No! Basil is going to catch Eddie in the blue zone there, and seemingly not going to get away from the creeping gaze there from Cerberus.
Oh my goodness, I thought he was safe in that angle, but finally the camera pans over to the left and clearly there was line of sight. That is an unfortunate turn of events for BRU, as they are going to get knocked out super early on. That was not the performance that they were hoping for, but they still have time to catch up.
Oh, Kaiser Tuna going to meet their end now as well as they finally catch the last member. As Janku is going to be looking to prey a bit more in that area. Currently, they potentially have their hands full. Cerberus as well as the likes of Division X Gaming going to all be in the surrounding areas. Now, with this moment of respite here, Divine actually going to navigate around. They're rotating all the way around this northern side, but little do they know, it is absolutely stacked. Look at how many teams are currently here. Archangel Predator, they're unleashing here. Levi's taking a ton of damage, and now he has to continue using a bit more of that terrain cover, but he's running so close to Division X Gaming.
Oh boy, I mean, the northern side is an absolute war zone here as Division X Gaming are putting pepper into everybody else around. Levi's as well, but now he's gonna get knocked out. Magic is also on the southern side of DXG, but they don't have any cover to play with. That's going to be Days Flash gonna be knocking out Levi's here on the ground. Divine in so much trouble.
Oh, they spread the risk there. They drove in different directions. It looked like DN will still be able to carry the torch there, but he's got nothing else here to work with except for a little bit of breathing room. But now you'll see Division X Gaming looking for expanding their airspace at the moment here. But there's going to be Cerberus being spotted out there by MBK. He lands a couple shots there with the SKS, not able to connect anymore. And now they're going to look to continue to keep them at arm's length.
This is so reminiscent of what yesterday kind of looked like. A lot of these teams ended up conglomerating in the same side, but I guess they all had the same idea. We don't want to be from the direction where everybody's going to be, so therefore looking to hold the north and southern sides, considering this is an east to west situation. Not too bad, but oh, Divine really got the hard end of the stick.
Oh, not as hard as Bariram United. I think now with that, Bariram United, their aspirations for really getting that top spot has taken a severe blow. They were a little bit further away, but let's not forget they did manage to get some points here in this game already, so that's going to be in their favor to a certain extent. But of course, Divine is still in this, just that they're not likely to extend this current 20-point lead that they have. We still have 12 teams remaining here as we are just about approaching that end of the 2/3 mark.
But this just means that it's, you know, all positives for Fury. Now that BRU is out, they've taken the top spot by just 1 point, and with the positional points that they'll earn in this game, as long as they make it within top 5 at least, that should give a good separation from BRU and Fury.
If there's a team that can do that, it's definitely going to be Fury. But yeah, almost a barbecue there at the hands. I can't see who that was. I think it's Cerberus, maybe approaching here on the MSC Theathon players.
Yeah, but just look at the responses from all of these teams. Like, it's a lot more proactive. Everybody is looking to get those kill points. Like, everybody has rotated towards the top side, knowing that there's a large populace there in the circle. BAE have taken a more relaxed approach. Before what used to be an absolute destruction over the northern zone, BAE, they decided, okay, we're going to start picking up people towards the left northern side. We don't want to be right smack in the middle.
Yeah, definitely one of the more tempered teams in terms of, you know, not necessarily taking a lot of these mid-game engagements unless it's really necessary or they have a significant advantage. And I believe that is the kind of playstyle that we did see from past powerhouse teams from this region, such as Armory Gaming and I think Battle Arena, at least, they're definitely a bit more passive in the mid game in general. But I think, as we saw in the final game yesterday, once it condenses down to just a few remaining teams, they are going to use their superior map control and positioning to their advantage. But right now, there's just too many factors in this formula for them to really want to make any super aggressive moves.
And I love this rotation coming in from Victim Rise. They know that a lot of the teams are distracted over the gunfire to the northeastern side of the map, so they can actually get in with minimal resistance whatsoever. However, they still have 2 people in the back, just making sure that they are covered. As Archangel is going to be putting some lead into Battle Arena Elites. This could be bad, but it looks like Battle Arena Elites are willing to take this engagement.
Oh, they're willing because they're actually getting superior positioning. They're on the Filipino team. They are currently very much on the edge of the zone. That compound is not really going to be helping them as if they need to really push out there in the later stages. So you can already see that Battle Arena, at least with the spread here, is working wonders. They already take down Momonji at distance here. They're going to catch some of them running out in the open kill, taking quite a bit of damage here, but Flood's not able to knock him down. Loki's will take down CJ though. And now it does look like Archangel, they got their work cut out for them. They're going to be in trouble. This soft this just happened on the fly in this instant gatekeeping community. I don't know what Archangel is doing here. They're a bit too passive, I feel.
Yeah, and so far, oh, that's really close for Loki's. He finally gets spotted up, takes a good hit to the head, breaking that helmet. I mean, I just as I was about to talk about Loki's and how he's just been an absolute monster when it comes to Overwatch, he's been doing it since the beginning. And day 5, he really got to show his skills on how he can really put pressure on a team from very long distances away. But now it looks like VTR against X Stadium there as they go into in full engagement, and it looks like X Stadium isn't going to be winning. Oh, what a nade coming in from Archangel.
Oh man, and Battle Arena Elite's a little bit too slow to pick up Sophia, and they're gonna get punished for it as both of the players there from Archangel Predator starting to push in. And just like that, Battle Arena Elite's against the rope. Loki's getting taken down now as well. There's only going to be Neferhor left here, but he's got all of the players to worry about. Momonji doesn't care. He just pops up over the top, and just like that, another one of our contenders is gonna get knocked out.
Yep, top contenders are getting knocked out so early in the game, but check out Divine. Dian still by himself, still stealing away at those positional points. He is just hoping everybody gets more bloodthirsty at this point.
Oh, he's got to wait for quite a bit to really get into that top 5 where the placement points actually mean something, but most likely he'll combine the longer placement with securing maybe 1 kill if he can get the chance. And usually if it comes down to a game of prones towards the end, you might get that chance. And I think we have seen teams actually steal it away with just 1 member here. MSC Theathon, their first win, famously, they managed to do it in that fashion. But now, Daytrade, they spotted out the likes of Archangel Predator, and they're going to punish them.
They're already getting a good punish there. Victim Rise playing very slow and steady, minimal resistance on their rotations, but now it's phase 6 and there's still 30 people alive. They have to get into an engagement of some sort and start knocking down these teams.
Oh, and it's going to be Division X Gaming playing life on the edge here. This the Blue Zone is starting to shove them into the fields of fire of Magic Esports, and let's not forget Archangel Predator also moving in from their western side. Dian, in the meantime, is just going to be eating some popcorn as he looks at all of these teams and seemingly ruin each other's chances.
Yeah, I mean, he can literally hear the lead fly right above him, and as long as he doesn't get spotted out, it's going to be A-okay. The grenades are coming in as DXG looking to try and push back Archangel Predator here from actually making it in. As Sapao, he's going to be looking to peek. Hopefully, he does see just the tip of their head. He hears the vehicles. However, he knows that it's his teammates. They might get better positioning, but Magic as well, trying to be difficult, coming in from the northern side.
Oh, Archangel Predator is doing a number here, and now Division X Gaming, they only have Fergus left, and he's still got a whole bunch of angles to cover here in the form of Magic Esports starting to push in there, but it's going to be difficult. I don't know what he can do, and a nothing apparently as Cerberus here, he's going to be dealt the final blow at the hands of his fellow countrymen.
Oh, but that's not all. Archangel is actually going for that full engagement onto the side of Magic. However, Cerberus has problems of their own as Victim Rise wants to be part of the fight. They know that there's one straggler coming in from MSC in the zone. They finally take that squad out, and now they can focus their attention on the problem at hand, which is Victim Rise really right on their tail. Victim Rise getting a good shot into Cerberus here. Oh boy, both sides trading knockdowns as well as trading kills. Another knockdown coming in. Basil goes down from Archangel on the north side of the map.
Oh man, things are getting absolutely chaotic. Archangel waking up here. They've been kind of silent for most of the competition, but they have been claiming a lot of names, but unfortunately they lost 2 themselves. Calbs and CJ though rolling up the flank. DN currently still going to be hiding out here as long as he can, but it does look like Cerberus here. They're going to finally meet CJ and Co, but they're going to be rolling up here and finish off the Vietnamese team. Not a lot that they can do, and slowly but surely we're seeing Archangel moving up.
Archangel is hungry today. They have been winning their engagements. They have been connecting their shots. Even with 2 members down, they still are in the double digits when it comes to kills. As we look over to Fury, they haven't moved in 3 phases. They've been sitting in this compound, not having to worry about the circle at all.
Oh, but Daytrade, they have got 4 guns to work with here on that northern side. They are starting to squeeze the competition, and Archangel gets eliminated from this game. But Dian is still hiding out there.
Oh!
But now Fury, with their superior positioning, they're putting quite the pressure back here onto Daytrade. But they're right in front of Victim Rise as well. Chimoy is going to prime the nade. That might be absolutely crucial here. It doesn't clear the hill more enough, and now there's still going to be 2 members left remaining, but Daytrade suffering quite a bit of losses.
Yeah, I mean, Victim Rise, they gotta keep on pushing forward. They need to eliminate these teams because Game Home, who's been very passive this entire game and been picking off kills from people, are slowly pushing up north. And Fury, they're holding their position, but they are looking towards Divide's side.
Ooh, they're within touching distance there, and if Dian didn't brush his teeth, they're gonna surely smell him out right there. But they are looking for the potential flanking opportunities here onto the likes of Daytrade, who's going to be a little bit further to the side. Now, of course, this is a split by Fury Australia so that they can cover more territorial area, as this is really going to force all the other teams to fight each other. Oh, Dian could really do a number on that, but look at the other 2 Daytrade players. They could also just pop up over the top at the right moment.
Yeah, this could go bad really, really quickly, but he's just hoping, praying that nobody notices him while he is perfectly covered by the shrubbery as Fury slowly push up. Joxy, and I'm pretty sure as well as Loki as well, just Joxy is going to be looking over, making sure that Ronin's back is going to be covered. Oh, the shots are coming in from Game Home as well, so now they have some better idea of where their position is, as this northern side, it needs to end soon. Finally, Norrens has been taken out.
Victim Rise pushing up the flank here. They take down 1, but there's still another Daytrade gaming player here. It's going to be lying prone, as is Dian. They all have to make those proactive plays. But the Fury Australia players, they can afford to lie prone there. They are waiting for the first move. But now Game Home, they've made their move. They're starting to push into the rear here of Victim Rise, and they've only got Cheaper to play against the 4 players, and he's getting flashbangs thrown in his mouth right now, and he's got all the tasks in the world to deal with.
Oh my goodness, this is looking real tough here. It's looking real tough. Game Home finally making the move, and it looks like Fury is just gonna wait this one out. However, Yuki Kabukao, he's already peeking up. He's standing up and creeping ever so close towards this team. Everybody still hasn't realized that Divine is still in the competition, just holding out.
And oh, it looks like he's gonna get caught out. Ronin finally catching his adversary there, and Divine goes out in 5th place there. This Fury is gonna continue onwards. Victim Rise, though, they're facing problems. They prop a lot of smokes, but it hasn't helped them enough. Flores picks up the double, and now Fury is gonna unleash there against their opponents. Daytrade finally gonna get taken down. Game Hope is now the focus of attention here for Fury Australia. They're unleashing here. God Yu is gonna be able to trade 1 back there on the inside, but it's still difficult for the Vietnamese team. It's a 3 player squad here up for Fury that only has to worry about 2 more Game Home players.
The only problem is that Game Home right now, they're playing in a place where they have some trees, they have the landscape that's sort of into their favor. Fury understands that they got to play low to high. However, they have made sure that this angle is very difficult to contest, so they can't even push out that far. The utilities have been used as Fury looking to bring up their members and look to try and take this fight on. But looking at Game Home, they've got some superior positioning with plenty of cover and landscape to kind of work with.
Both teams have kind of reset here. It's a 4-on-4 battle, and now they're going to see how they're going to be able to stretch the other team. Currently, the smokes here are going to be dissipating in just a short while. There's still going to be some in the back pocket here. Ronin still can continue to put this pressure, and doesn't want them to creep over the top here. But you can see they know where they are. The nades are coming out, and Fury has no choice but to back off and heal up a bit more. Glory's popping up over the top, going to confirm the kill here. Sophie takes down Joxy as well, but Ronin will get the trade back here, but it's not looking good. Ronin, only 4 HP in a dream, but it's not going to happen. Game Home is going to be able to take it away.
A winner chicken dinner going over to Game Home with a great performance coming into that last circle. That last fight, it was so difficult for Fury to win. They just slowly encapsulated them the moment they took out their backline sniper.
Yeah, it was absolutely difficult there, but well played at Game Home. I think when it was stretched there, the full 4v4 was going on, I think they kind of knew that there was going to be someone over there, and the perfectly timed nade was going to get the first knock, and then the subsequent Molotovs was going to deal enough damage that they were all going to be focused. And I don't know why Fury clumped up 3 of their players on that side. I'm not sure that the other lone player could have really held it there, because it was up to those other 2 players from Game Home from the other side to come down and get a lot of those flanking shots.
I think it was considerably difficult to make that choice, because you would either have to split your team with it was a wide open field. You'd kind of have to just crawl prone with if you don't want to get noticed or acknowledged as you're trying to move in on this team. So I think they made the best of the situation, looked to push the closest side to get to that hill. As we look over to the match leaderboard here, Game Home coming off with 18 points, Archangel with 13, Victim Rise with 10, and Day Trade with 10. And surprisingly, Fury, even though they were in prime position to start taking a lot more kills, finishing off with only 8 points, with Divine just behind them at 7, and BRU with 5, and Cerberus Esports with 5.
Yeah, I think looking at this, it's not really going to be changing the outcome of the kind of race that we have set for ourselves all that much, except that Battle Arena is sliding down a little bit more here. And they were already at 24 points difference here with the leaders at the start of this game. This is going to be stretching them a little bit more as well. And now looking at the overall standings, we're seeing that Divine here is going to have 183 points. For Australia, with that central position, not a lot of chances to really garner enough kills there from that, and they're still going to be within 14 points difference, so that's not too bad. But Buriram United, they're going to be 160. Battle Arena still in 4th with 152 points, but Victim Rise is right there, and they could fancy their chances after getting the double-digit points there.
Yeah, and if they keep up with this consistency, that would be really, really good. But let's look at the damage tables here from everybody in our top 5 in this game. Coming in from Claps from Archangel, Daytrace, Norins, Furies, Ronan, Victim Rises, Clamoy, and finally from Archangel, it's gonna be CJ. I mean, Archangel has been really making sure that their shots land, and more importantly, their frags are on point.
Oh, yeah, and Archangel, they've been having a good game here to start the day, and looking reminiscent of their powerhouse form that we've seen from them in the past that has garnered them so much traction and results. Let's take a quick look here at the highlights from our very first match.
I mean, it started off pretty slow. Everybody's looking for picks as much as they can. However, some teams really struggled once that circle started pushing in towards that second phase. As Divine, they got a full brunt of damage as everybody was looking to pick him off, and that sparked a full all-out war.
Oh my goodness, war it was there, but of course it was absolutely gritty. Everyone just really fighting tooth and nail. Battle Royale Elites had an engagement which was positive to start with, but it quickly turned into cataclysmic for their chances here of getting the championship. But Archangel, they did put a number on quite a few teams here. Daytrade just not able to replicate some of the insane form that we did see from them in some of their Miramar games prior.
Yep, and unfortunately, I mean, there's a lot of factors coming into play here. I mean, the circle wasn't too great. The ending circle just had a lot of open area, but in the end, Game Home was able to kind of just play this patiently, wait for the right opportunity, and slowly take these teams out.
Yeah, and I think with that kind of result, you know, Fury Australia, yeah, they're going to be kicking themselves a little bit here, because if they're not going to be getting a lot of kills, which is typically what they've been able to do, while they have been consistently placing in maybe the top 5, they've been partnering that with kills to get double-digit points. So you get second and you only get 8 points, you know, I think they would say that is an opportunity miss right there. Anyways, with that, I think Game Home is able to take their first win of the competition. Fury Australia is still going to have to wait a bit more, but who knows? They might still be able to win it all, as we only have 3 matches remaining.
Yep, and 3 matches of exciting action soon to come. In the meantime, we're going to be going on a quick short break, and when we come back, it's going to be more PUBG action. Remember, you are watching the the PUBG Continental Series 2 APAC region. Man, I've been covered so full of PUBG at this point, I'm losing track of what is going on. And more importantly, we'd like to thank Predator as well as PUBG Corporation, as well as Geek Events for making it all happen. My name's Gideon. This is Play of the J. We're going to be seeing you guys right after this.
This is insane. The amount of smokes, vision is everything, information is everything. They're gonna hit Broden, go for the spray. That's your gone. That's Killy Guy on the board. And now suddenly just one of the bystanders, just yellow, right next to Melman. Goodbye. So these teams down to so few players. Zoka, Killy Guy surrounded. Quizzy sprays. It's still Killy Guy. He's in the blue. Zoka still staying alive. Melman goes down.
ระยะกันเลยฮะแหมเกตเอาเรื่องเหลือเกินครับผมและตองเคฮะถือโอกาสถือวิสาสะซะหน่อยฮะตองเคบอกขออนุญาตขอบล็อกด้านหลัง
对回去，然后再把经典的 T1 给处理了，但是
反而是不让他们去靠近这个山头，给 TSG 争取更多的打时间，被影响的。要这个人无处藏身，真的无处藏身，
真的是一点脚。
Hello and welcome back to the PUBG Continental Series 2 APAC, and we are going to be having our second game of the day in just a few moments. I'm Play the J, he's Getting Q, and we can't wait to bring you all the action. Big thanks to our sponsors, namely going to be Predator, and of course thanks to PUBG Corporation, and this is all brought to you by Geek Events.
So far, the competition has been really stiff. First game for a lot of these top teams have been tough, but that just means teams like Game Home can push even further and get a little bit more dough in their pocket by the end of this day.
Oh yeah, and they'll be looking to really deliver on that one, and also raid on other teams' parade. I dare say, as Fury Australia, they could have got their first win of the competition, but they're going to have to settle for that second placement there. But definitely only 8 points there. It's going to be opportunity missed here and trying to catch up to Divine Esports.
Yeah, I mean, it's super unfortunate for Fury. They still haven't been able to get a winner chicken dinner yet, and they have gotten second place so often in a lot of these maps that it's starting to become really frustrating, and I don't know what the dynamic of the team is, but, I mean, they're winning in kill points.
Oh, I think if they are being able to garner points as consistently as they have, despite not getting the first place, it does mean that they're not getting tilted by such things, you know? And I think we see that they always have progressive adjustments to their game. As we saw yesterday, first game, unfortunately, they got caught in rotation, went out very early. Then they made adjustments to their rotation phases until they managed to get a little bit more success by the time that they reach the end of the day. But of course, this is the final day. There's no more times to reflect and adjust to your performances in the past, or try and account for the other teams too much based on what they've also done. There's really, there's only 3 matches left, and it's all to play for.
Yep, all the cards in hand. Let's see what these guys are able to pull out. If they want to pull out any wacky strategies or quick adjustments, now's the time to do so. In our second match of Day 6 in Championship Sunday, only the best will survive.
Oh, and the best are going to have to try and deliver as much as they can. Currently, Divine is keeping pace at the top of the leaderboard. No one really making up too much ground onto them. And we're going to have to start seeing a big win either come out from Buriram United or Battle Arena Elites if they want to stay in it. Fury Australia, they are keeping themselves within 14 points. So that is really just one result away here from really getting the one up onto Divine. Divine, they managed to actually stay alive towards the end there. They managed to get the top 5 placing. So getting some points on the board from that definitely didn't hurt them in the previous game.
Yep, and the flight path cutting through Montenuevo all the way past El Azhar. I mean, it's looking pretty good, but considering what the circles have been from Day 5 and as well as Game 1, oh boy, I can't wait to see this one.
Oh yeah, and I think that was a little bit annoying. I imagine in the previous game how everyone had to rotate or change their rotation strategy a little bit. It's really just wasn't going to be all that conducive. And now we'll see if there's going to be a lot of change-ups from these teams. I think they've kind of refined their technique over the course of 5, now 6 match days worth of games. So they're going to be pretty familiar with where everyone is dropping, and it's just going to be how they want to take advantage. So like what we see here, our very first circle, it's not going to have a lot of teams inside there. Fury is going to be happy because it's going to completely envelop Los Leones, and they can probably continue doing what they wanted to do anyways.
Yeah, I mean, they've gotten the vehicles, they did a quick loop, a quick scope of the area, they know what the flight path is, so they know for a fact there's not too many teams on that side of the map. So Los Leones is going to be a hot contention point. However, it is a very well, I wouldn't say the most enclosed, but there's a lot of buildings, a lot of structure that you can hide behind, and multiple teams can be fighting in Los Leones at one time.
I think, like we've been talking about, all of these awkward circles that people have had. We haven't had an out-and-out urban finish yet so far over the course of PCS2. So, I mean, you know, Santa, there's one other thing on my wish list, and I wish it can come earlier than 25th of December. And Los Leones definitely does offer for some exciting ends here. And what a dramatic way it would be as well for our final round of Miramar.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just trademark. It would be trademark if the final circle ended up somewhere inside Los Leones, preferably right smack in the center, just for continuity and as well as aesthetic look.
Oh, yes, indeed. I think we can have some tea on top of that. But yes, indeed, it does look like these teams will just try to adjust as much as they can to the current circle, because it doesn't incorporate a lot of the teams by the default drop zone. So that's where it does give the opportunity for everyone to make maybe an early rotation. I'm not sure if anyone's going to do what Fury is doing, where they're going straight for Los Leones and then looting up, or the surrounding regions for that matter, as really any place that they drop, they do have contingencies on how they get there in a reasonable fashion.
But I'm also interested to know what the game plan for some of these other teams. I mean, they saw where the circle is. X Stadium, for example, was relatively nearby Los Leones. I'm not sure where they decided to rotate now. However, I mean, they could change the plan. They could change the plan considering where the circle is, and look to maybe even contest Los Leones. But I don't know. I feel like a lot of teams have been giving respect over to Fury. Like even in the previous game by Phase 3, a lot of the teams were purposefully avoiding Los Leones in hopes that they don't meet Fury, or at the very least not have to play this guerrilla warfare game where they're not sure which window that they should be looking for.
Definitely one of the worst nightmares for these players is finding themselves face-to-face with Yikika in the middle of Los Leones with no one else to help them. And I think looking at Divine, they're actually making a relatively quick move here. The Phase 1 circle is going to start contracting in just a little bit. And I think given that they came from Monte Nuevo, they're going to be looking to see if they can maybe rotate down the south side, but it might be going a little bit closer to Chumacera at the moment here, but there is going to be potential issues there if they're not too careful.
Yeah, I honestly, I really like this rotation because Chumacera, it's got plenty of high ground, plenty of structure to work with, and there's also that little bit of a hill that gives you a good view of the highway coming in from Monte Nuevo to Los Leones, where they can start gunning people down, or at the very least spot out people trying to split off through the exact same rotational path that Divine just performed.
Oh, and Daytrade playing with fire here. They have Veronica, who did move into the warehouse complex of Los Leones, and look at Fury Australia. They are actually moving into position to really just try and punish as much as possible. They actually move 2 vehicles out there to try and chase him, but he's going to be able to nip away nice and quick. Motorbike available to him, and he's actually going to continue to gather a little bit more information while he waits for the rest of Daytrade. They came from Chumacera, let's not forget.
Yep, and now they're just gonna stalk their prey. I mean, they did this previously, and I think it works out pretty well. And considering where the drops are, oh wait a minute, it looks like I'm seeing more name tags. Archangel Predator is making their way onto this. As Ronan quickly has to look through MK14, not too bad, but at least he's gonna be able to pick up level 3 everything.
Oh, he's going to say thank you very much for that here. As probably it's a good sign here for Fury Australia, but let's not talk too much about that. At least we incur the caster's curse once more. And yeah, I think Fury Australia, the very first game was one big caster's curse as well, given our kind of pre-match talk on them. So we shall not repeat that.
Now, looking over to BRU, they are in Junkyard, currently playing towards the northern side. Not too many teams on that side as well, so minimum resistance, nothing to worry about. The only thing they have to worry about, if any, is just watching their backs.
Watching backs indeed, as Flood is trying to catch a little bit of a glimpse there of the game home player, something else. He's going to be in the factory waiting for the rest of the squad to be moving in, and I'm not sure if they're going to take an aggressive stance on this. Probably not. They just want to be a little bit on the safe side as they're waiting for everyone. Currently, game home going to be absolutely strewn across Power Grid and up all the way up to Picado. And I think this is, again, not something that they really want to aggressively hold, just given the kind of location that it currently is compared to the center of this first zone.
Yeah, I can only imagine that the comms is that Flood sees one person, he's telling the team to push it to the side just to be careful, but Victim Rose here already setting up quite a bit of a blockade to try and take down, and finally Fergus from Division X Gaming is going to be taken out. That's going to be the lead for that convoy, as everybody else from DXG is going to rotate out of that section, knowing that it is a killing floor there.
And Victim Rise definitely not a team to back down from taking these aggressive stances against others here. But oh, look at this. 2 of them trying to chase after them. They're going to get out of the vehicle, deal quite a bit of damage. But now they have to get back in their vehicle. And yeah, Genfoss having shades of God Meow from yesterday a little bit there, but he's going to be able to get the vehicle in the end. Now, Victim Rise continuing to move in late on the zone. They did that in the previous game, but now look at BAE. What are they going to do here? Are they going to try and pull off some Mad Max action?
Waiting for it, but yeah, it looks like they're going to be putting as much lead into the vehicle as they can, trying to take out the driver within. The fire is coming back in as Flood quickly takes a couple of shots, forced to push back, and that's going to be it for that engagement as Battle Arena Elites themselves want to rotate.
Something else with the coverage there for his team member. And I think if he didn't have that, he would likely have gotten taken out there and game home. Looking to continue to roll this ball. And let's not forget now, they are in 7th position after that win that they managed to garner. 131 points, 10 points away from 6th place Division X. And we mentioned how 6th place is going to be the next big threshold in terms of prize money. And they want to be able to get one up on their countrymen.
Yep, as we can see DXG coming into the circle. The next one is still pretty central, not going up, and I'm telling you, Jay, it's getting close. I mean, Los Leones is taking care of at least 2/5 of that circle, so the odds are looking pretty good.
One can hope, but definitely not going to try and tempt fate, so if it happens, it happens. But now we're going to see that Division X gaming, they came in very late, and they have a quite big of an avenue to move into, but they're having problems, it would seem, getting across the field with no opposition. But we'll see how opposition is going to be fought over here between this patch of land between Astra and X Stadium.
X Stadium trying to come in towards the left side to try to get some even ground here, but unfortunately Hongvu is going to be the first to be going down as Extreme has a very clear line of sight, and unfortunately for X Stadium, there is nothing that they can do about it as they slowly push up towards high ground. Looking at Los Leones, we're seeing Fury still hunkering strong, making sure that they are using the advantage that they've been dropping there every single time. The familiarity is going to help as MSC rotates in towards the circle as they try to get away from Magic Esports.
They're heading to game home territory now, and MSC Theathon is going to be convoying all the way right past it here. Curry and Sylphie not going to get the chance there, but off screen we are seeing that Fury Australia going to be weighing in on Nikos, and they're going to be able to use the MK14 to great effect there to be able to finish off their fellow Oceania team, compatriot team, sorry.
Fellow brothers in arms at this point, as they look to continue to push on through. MSC finally going in to Picado to deal with the rest of game home here. There's nothing much they can do, but the grenades are coming out. He is absolutely pinned down by himself. Yoshi has to try to make this work out. The rest of his team is just right across the street, so hopefully somebody takes the angle to flank and maybe they can get a pick.
Yoshi Mimburi stuck inside the concrete garage. It's not the ideal spot. Currently, his team members are going to be a little bit further away. If Game Home decides to push him, there's not an awful lot that they can do to stop them at the moment here. But everyone else is kind of soft, reserving all these spots. You can see like one squad member for Divine and Battle Arena Elite's going to be occupying their respective compounds, and really is just trying to offer a little bit more of territory control and gives them the option to consolidate their position should the circle move in their favor or not.
I think for a lot of these teams, playing this outer circle is very comfortable for them until they see the teams reach about, top 10, top 8, top 6. That's when a lot of teams get really, really aggressive and look to wipe out squads from the beginning. As from the future, great grenade taking out Boshi this time, being really too far forward and not in range or have line of sight from their Overwatch all the way in the back.
Wasn't a very concerted effort there by Magic Esports, and we're just really not able to cover their team members as much as they would have liked. As if you're going to play that kind of expensive style, you really do have to be able to have, at the very least, line of sight. But now we're seeing that Victim Rise taking their time for their long rotation. They're going to be moving into this southern side of Los Leones, and there's going to be Kaiser Tuna right in their pathway. But there's only going to be 2 of them. They could actually storm this building, and I wouldn't put it past the Indonesians as they have been proven to be very aggressive, but that is going to be to the detriment here as Walkbass, he's going to get 2 players down. Chimoy and Chibrit both fighting the dust.
Yep, they're just a great way of using high to low. They've got angles that VTR just don't have access to. They're not sure where to look when they look up. There's so many tight corners and tight windows that could put them in a lot of danger. The grenades are coming out really quickly, and Kaiser Tuna has fended off as 2 members of Victim Rise have already gone down. The question being, do they commit for this all in and clean out and get vengeance, or do they back away? And it looks like Genfos, he's made his decision. He's running around looking for any opportunity to catch off these guys from Kaiser Tuna. He can hear the footsteps as they're rotating and encircling him in this building. But the breach, Musate trying to get this kill, doesn't exactly get all the bullets to connect, unfortunately. However, it doesn't mean he won't try again.
Oh, and he's continuing to rotate around the side here. He's going to finally spot out Kamals, but Kamals, he's running out. Bit too aggressive there. He's gonna get punished there by Musate, and now Genfos, the Terminator for Victim Rise. He's got quite the tall order, but he is going to be ready with a little bit of guerrilla warfare, and he's got quite a bit of coverage. But the saving grace for both of these teams here is that they are still going to be inside the zone. We're moving away from Los Leones, but this is still going to be enough time for Kaiser Tuna to all push through. There's no more frag grenades left here for Genfos. He's still trying to delay them as much as he can, and he's playing a very dangerous game of cat and mouse.
He could have ran just there. He literally could have ran, but now he's just gonna creep around. He's gonna make sure that he is keeping and running circles around Kaiser Tuna, who have cleared the 2nd floor and now are going back down to ground in hopes of fighting Genfos. He's probably gonna get a good entry frag if somebody. It was gonna walk through the door. Nobody decides to walk through the one door Genfos was hoping for.
Oh, and I think Kaiser Tuna, they got the right idea in terms of how they are clearing each subsequent floor here. They definitely don't want to go one by one, as that's exactly what Genfos wants. But currently, he is going to continue to bide his time there as the guerrilla warfare continues. But Kaiser Tuna is going upstairs yet again here. I think they really know that he's going to be somewhere around. But in the meantime, Fury Australia, they're in trouble here. Day Trade is raining on their parade, but they're going to be able to claim some back here. But Joxy gets taken down.
Oh, I mean, it's tough. It's a 1-2 knock situation. What do you do? Coming in from Fury, they have a more wide open position compared to Day Trade, who have secured the structure for themselves of that factory in Los Leones. This is going to help them out so much with that hardcover, because look at the places that Fury can peek out from. It's so limited.
Oh, and that's always the danger of playing amongst these kind of containers here, as it's really just going to be very predictable where you're going to be popping up here. But now Victim Rise is finally going to get spotted out there, and now we're firmly moving away here from Los Leones, and it's just going to be a really difficult proposition for all these players who are currently inside Los Leones to really move out from there. But now look at MSC Theathon. They are having no luck here. Magic Esports going to take them down.
Yeah, and so far, I mean, Fury, they've already lost a member, and they're still up against Day Trade here, who still has all 3 of their members still alive and healthy. This is going to be tough, but looking back over to the western side, this particular situation is interesting because BA Battle Arena Elites up against Game Home with Divine not too far ahead. More towards in the inner circle, but on high ground. They are definitely affecting this all in.
And actually, we have our top team still inside this game. Victim Rise actually drawing level here with Battle Arena Elites, but of course they are out of this game, so they got no chance to continue to cut the lead down from Divine. But all the other teams are currently trying to set up themselves for the later stages of the game. Fury Australia, they've managed to kind of set themselves back up here after they managed to pick up Joxy, but again, they lost one of their players, and at the very least, they do have a little bit more control over that area after Day Trade has seemingly moved out.
And now Divine taking a more defensive position here, especially towards the outer circle direction of Phase 4, as the storm is going to start closing in. And now this is where it's going to be really difficult for Game Home to try and push through this open landscape.
Open landscape it is indeed, as we do see that they are going to be running out in droves here in the form of Kaiser Tuna. They are looking for new pastures here in the form of Division X's territory, and now it's going to be a little bit dicey for them. Divine, they do have this super central position here to work with, so they at least have a little bit of control over these teams, albeit I wouldn't say that the structures offer the best field of vision.
I definitely agree there, but looking back at Fury here onto the right at the edge of the circle, they still have to wait about a minute plus until the storm starts closing in on their opponents. Astar as well, looking to try to get into the circle, knowing that that Fury is going to be there as well. They might look to transition towards the northern side potentially, but looking at BRU, looks like they've got a very strong foothold for themselves in the circle.
That south side has been relatively light in terms of teams, so definitely something that they can work with here. They might be able to stop Daytrade from moving in a little bit more. It's very purposeful for Fury as well to stay in that position because they know with the circle shift there could be teams coming out from Los Leones that they could pick up some kills, and this is exactly what Fury is good at. So they might be able to garner a few from their fellow countrymen in the form of Team Astra. But now Buriram, they have finally reset a little bit here. They're going to be moving in.
Yep, Division X Gaming here looking to try and put some pepper into these boys, but they don't realize that one of them has already secured a shelter for themselves. They trade 1 for 1, but they can pick up their members, so that's going to be a little unfortunate coming in from the side of Division X Gaming. But Buriram now coming up with no scars.
Oh, Division X, their backyard is being invaded by 2 different teams. They do have Battle Arena Elites on one side, but Buriram United on the other. But looks like Fury, in one fell swoop, is going to take down X Stadium here, and they knew that they had the chance here. Now they spotted out Daytrade again. They did actually pull out from some of the earlier hostilities, but they might renew that right now as the circle going to be shifting a little bit more central. It's going to force these teams out in the open, but Cerberus, they're going to be right in front of Fury. That is going to be the more pertinent issue.
Yep, and Divine, they've got a great position. They've got a lot of landscape to work with. They have high ground. They just need to make sure that these teams also don't try and contest them. They have to put the pressure on and keep them at bay. Battle Arena Elites on the other side, now pulling away from Division X Gaming, looking to play for more position than it is to finish off this team, especially when BRU are just looking over their shoulders.
Yeah, there's not really a lot to fight over where currently Division X is not even inside the zone, and it's not worth losing some of their members as they saw from some of the fighting in the previous game. They need to really have those big game aspirations. They can't afford to have that situation where Archangel is able to turn it an engagement on its end. But now Cerberus, they're going to be right here in front of Joxy. I don't think that they know that they are going to be hiding out there. He spots it. Joxy, he's going to be able to get it together with Ronan here. And oh man, that was Basil's chance here to really put a dampener onto the likes of Fury Australia.
I mean, there's still a member down, but Kamukao, his bullets are connecting and taking out Clarice in the process. He's gonna thirst that kill to get those free extra points, but he's got to play more towards the right side just to make sure that he doesn't get absolutely destroyed as they continue to push on forward. The kill feed is going insane. Everybody is struggling.
Oh, and the struggles are real here as Cerberus is going to actually be fighting 2 teams at once. Daytrade is starting to move in here, and this is to the delight of Fury as they know that they're going to be having their attention divided here. Blood, in the meantime, takes out all of Division X Gaming off screen here, but now Suban, he's in trouble here. Ronan and the rest of Fury moving in here to try and finish off the Vietnamese team. Yikikamukau gets another one here. Only 1 left. Cerberus, they're going to get taken down, and Fury Australia, they're up to 8 kills. They're looking to make up for lost ground in the previous match.
This is huge for them. Now they just have to make sure that they put Divine at the biggest disadvantage as possible. If they lose one of their members, there is going to be hope for Fury to maybe win a chicken dinner this time around. But looking at their current competitors, I mean, you could see Daytrade moving up towards Fury's side, and the same can be said for Archangel.
Archangel are currently going to be the next team to try and halt the onslaught there from the Oceanic team here, but Daytrade will also be offering their own justice here. But look at that zone. It's setting the stage so nicely. We have our top teams here in these final circles. Now Divine, they're going to have to move in from that western side. Battle Arena Elites also has got quite a bit of work to do.
Yep, I mean, they got a lot of work, but at least for the sake of Fury, they don't have to transition too far out of their comfort zone to get prime position here. They're taking out members from Archangel, Predator here. Momiji going to be next to hit the chopping block, and I'm not sure whether Archangel wants to continue holding this position.
And this position is going to be a little bit awkward here. And I think right now that Fury Australia, they're still going to be over here on this eastern side. Just going to be looking to see, can they get any of these opportunities to work for them. But now we will be seeing that Divine is going to be continuing to move down south here. They're not heading for the zone. They are actually going to be seeing, can they take this to Battle Arena Elites? This could be a little bit dangerous for them.
As BRU slowly finishing off the rest of the members of Day Trade, they are struggling with only one member left, and finally, they are going to be eliminated.
Oh, and yeah, that's really not going to work out for Day Trade, but I think they've been sort of falling off here after taking pressure from so many different sides. Battle Arena Elites, they're in a very precarious spot here. They could come up over the top, use that topography in their favor, but right now, they're just trying to see, can they pop the right kinds of utility here? But Sophia, he's going to spot out JN. He's going to get taken down. This could be the clash here that really bolts Battle Arena Elites up the standings here. Currently, they have an advantage in this fight. Turtle, he's forced to fall back down. They are scrambling to get their team member up here, but they are sacrificing a lot of position for that, and the blue zone is going to be nipping at their heels yet again.
Yep, this is really difficult for both of these teams, but high ground is coming in from Sophia as he gets the first knock onto Turtle, sees another opportunity to try to move forward, but on the left side, they have to be careful. The storm is coming in fast. He peaks a little soon. 1 HP. He still lives to continue on fighting.
Oh, Blood, he's going to be cleaning up here, but oh no, he gets caught out there by D and the final player. But now, Sophia has a chance here to field the final blows there, and looks like Divine here, it goes crashing out, and this opens the door here for the chasing pack. All three chasing teams are still in this game.
They are so hungry here, but it doesn't mean that they didn't lose people in the process. Fury has taken damage. BRU has taken damage, has taken casualties. BAE has taken the most casualties out of both of these teams. And now Kaiser Tuna, Archangel Predator, and From the Future holding on towards this north side, especially that center circle. They have the only structures left.
Oh, and this could be a little bit dicey here. A little bit of a curveball for Battle Arena Elites, Fury Australia, and Buriram United. They all have to play around this seemingly large obstacle in the way here of getting maximum points from this game, but there could still be quite a bit of points garnered just from exercising enough territorial control. Ronan here looking to use the MK14 that he picked up right at the start of the game to maximum effect. Buriram very aware of the threat from their title rivals.
Yep, Fury taking a position to gatekeep their opponents here. Ooh, Godmeow getting a great headshot there onto Yiki Kamukau as they push on up. Ronan's now in trouble. He has to keep on putting the pressure, but the flashes are coming out. He's forced to pull back a little bit, and now Godmeow has the opportunity, takes out one, looks to try to take another, but gets traded instead. Ronan still alive to hold on for his team. One member left against the squad of BRU. He's losing members left, right, and center 2v1. Can he hold on?
Oh, this is so difficult here. He's not able to really influence things. They're going to be able to get Godmeow up here, and Buriram United setting themselves up well here for the end game. Only one player remaining for Fury Australia. They already have double-digit kills, though, as that's going to really help them significantly. But now, look at Noradra popping up over the top, lands a lot of shots there, but Eddie will be the one to deal the final touches now. Fury Australia bow out of this one, and this is Buriram's chance here to make up the difference. Look at Divine and Fury both on 180 plus points here, and this could be Buriram United really bringing it home here in our third to last game.
Absolutely. If they can win this game, they can contest Divine for that top spot. That gap has significantly closed so far. And now KT, AAP, as well as FTF are looking to try and clean this game out. Everybody only suffering one casualty. Oh, but unfortunately from the future, that's going to be Nandu biting the dust.
And with this concoction of teams that we have remaining here, it is looking very precarious. Look at how diverse the terrain is here. We do have coverage in terms of the buildings as well. Buriram, they're going to be really happy with this one. They're currently residing on the high ground there. And let's not forget, they do have the AWM still available to them as well, as it really was the difference maker there against Fury Australia, as Ikeku Mukau. I'm not sure if he had a level 3 helmet or not, but it did not matter.
Yeah, I mean, out of all the guns to get shot by in the face, and getting hit by that, not exactly the most ideal, but hopefully they can look for more picks, or at least harass people, whittle down their armor, wear it out as much as they can before it gets to the final circle. As BRU, they control 50%, give or take, I'm a bit generous, for at least 42% of this next circle. They don't have to worry about their backs. They've got a really good spread, using that landscape of that hill, really to just separate themselves from everybody else. And there we go, Naraja finding another one, and coming in pretty hot. Killa is going to be knocked down and taken out by many, with the help of many other teams.
Oh, and that is definitely going to be something that is always a hallmark of PUBG here. You can't really say, like, okay, only these two teams can fight at once here, but now Kaiser Tuna, they're not minding on that here. But yet again, they are still focusing on taking this hill. They know that there's a team with a superior positioning here, and that is going to be the keys for unlocking this game and the full points potential behind it.
I think they just hold on. They just wait for the next circle to be determined. They don't really need to do much at this point, except just hold their position and peek once in a while, just to make sure that they don't try and push up. But I think the one that you're gonna have to worry about is Godmeow still having that AWM looking down in towards the side of KT, and you do not want to be on the other side of his crosshair.
Buriram, they only have to hold until the circle starts to close in a bit more. Godmeow already has the more central position here over the other teams, and now a lot of utility is starting to be primed here by all of the squads here. Kaiser Tuna starting to get a little bit overzealous here. They're popping up over the top here. Eddie taking quite a bit of damage, not ready, and setting himself up, but Noradra will come in for the coverage here, and now Buriram looks to repel the attackers. They're up to 8 kills already here in this game. Kaiser Tuna, they have a chance to quickly reset. Blue Zone is closing in for this very final circle, and now Archangel Predator, they cleaned up the last player there from the future. They can start to focus on moving in themselves.
Yeah, they want to take full advantage of it. This is a really good time because Kaiser Tuna is really extending this fight when it shouldn't be. Style G, the next to go down. Naraja getting some really good shots here as he looks to thirst the rest of the members to try and get those points. Naraja doing a very good job as Archangel now trying to be part of the fight, contesting for high ground. Archangel taking out both Godmeow and Naraja. KT still left.
Oh, it's a 2v1 situation now. Kaiser Tuna can take this and get another couple kills to boot, but this is giving enough time here for CJ to get up, kill up, but no, the Molotov here is gonna barbecue him, and now CJ is gonna be left all alone. But if there's any player from Archangel that you want left alive, it's definitely CJ.
Oh boy, it's a 1v2 situation. Let's see. Neza, he's in a really interesting position here because he's hiding right behind the supply drop, and they have a very good idea because there's literally nothing else you could be hiding behind at this point in time.
Oh, absolutely not. And it is so well positioned here, quite centrally, but now he's forced out from it. CJ settles the score. He gets the double there. He wins out for Archangel Predator. That 1v2 clutch. Are you kidding me right now?
Whoa, that was so smart. He lobs the grenade, makes sure that there's no way he's gonna peek. He has to pull on backwards, quickly switches his targets, his sights at the high ground member, knocks him down, turns back. He knows exactly where he is. The moment he peeks, he's already pre-fired. What an absolute monster of a game.
Oh, it is an absolute treat to see CJ and Archangel win out once again here. As it's been strange not seeing them take any chicken dinners or play at the same level that we're used to seeing them in these kind of competitions. But they finally managed to do it here on the final day, and better late than never. And CJ again being as clutch as possible. And yeah, I think with that, that's really been a very exciting match to say the least in terms of the title race, especially since so many teams from top 5 were into those later stages. Okay, Victim Rise went out quite early, but again, they're probably not going to influence it as much as maybe some of the others. But Battle Arena Elites, they took it straight to Divine and managed to wipe them out.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was really impressive of them because I wouldn't have expected them to actually take that fight. However, in the position that they were, they really had no choice. Archangel Predator coming up on top with 18 points, some big numbers. Buriram United Esports is not too far behind. It's going to be at 14 with Fury and Kaiser Tuna at 13. Battle Arena Elites from the future at 9. Cerberus Esports at 5 and Magic Esports at 3.
Oh, and look at Divine. They only mustered 3 points from this game, and that is really going to allow everyone to creep up the standings here. And I think Fury is going to be within touching distance now, as I believe the lead was only at 14 points or so before we entered into this game. And we'll see how much it is now. And it's only 4 points here in it here between Divine and Fury. Buriram is also up here to only 12 points away from Divine. Battle Arena Elites, they're still going to be 25 points off, but if they get 2 good games in a row, I think that it's going to be within their power, within their destiny to really deal with this. But oh my goodness, I cannot even imagine what's going to happen in our next 2 games.
I really can't as well. It's all about that who gets that chicken dinner at the end for these upcoming games. But let's look at the top 5 damage dealers of this game. It's going to be CJ from Archangel, Fury's Rona, Nuraja's BRU, Floods from Battle Arena Elites, and Yiki Kumukao from Fury.
Oh, and I think we've seen everyone here pulling a shift for their respective teams that really just exemplifies the kind of grit and determination everyone is showing here to really get it going here. And Victim Rise, they needed to get points, and they took quite an aggressive stance, I would say, in the early stages of this game.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. But we also have to talk about some of these other teams. You could definitely see everybody from 8th place and below are super hungry. Like, we're seeing KT really starting to perform from the future as well. Archangel looking good today compared to their previous weeks, and not even to mention, Cerberus as well. They've been looking to try and take more aggressive fights. Yes, sometimes it didn't work out, but other times they come out with just maybe 1 casualty. It's good to see a lot of these teams coming out of their comfort zone, looking and getting hungrier for those points.
Hungry they are, as you could see. All the chasing teams, they've had so many good engagements. Day Trade, Division X Gaming, Divine, all getting on the receiving end from a lot of it here. But CJ showing us why he's a class act right there, and really dealing it right back to them. But yeah, well done to Archangel Predator. They're going to take our final round of Miramar here on the final day of the competition.
And honestly, what are you expecting, Jay, coming as we move into Erangel? Because again, 1 good game could really set this team apart.
I think now tensions are going to be on the rise. I think Divine, after having such a big lead, they're going to be sweating under the collar here. And I think this is the time that they really need to show their title credentials if they're going to be able to take it away, because everyone else is showing that kind of determination and reckless abandon that is needed to be able to overcome the kind of difference that we've seen here in the recent couple of match days.
Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait. But unfortunately, we're going to have to go on a short break before we finish off the second half of Championship Sunday. This is the PCS2 APAC region. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Predator, and as well as PUBG Corporation, of course, and not to mention Geek Events for pushing it out to you guys. My name's Getting Q. His name is Jay, and we'll be right back after this short break.
IF 这一把24个淘汰拿下这一局。
Expecting maybe Leventus tries to. Oh no!
Hello.
No, wait.
That is bad. That is absolute bad.
팀원 쪽으로 사격을 옆으로 가야 되는데 몸으로 간 들어가서 싸우자는 거예요. 싸우자 한번. 자 위에서 지금 잡아주네요. 자 내리고 내리고. 스타로드. 와. 자 헬리과 스타로드. 박스 살리고 있어요. 잘 버텼는데요. 아기가.
Looking for some angle here onto Zenith. Using up quite a bit of utilities. We've seen smokes and flashes come back out. Guab can't find him just on the other side of the car here. So peek around a little bit lower. There he goes. Finds them underneath. Gets a knock. Guabi gets later. Roth and Kickstart. 3 players down. looks to flush it out, but Simply Matt picks up Mystery in the end. Liberate.
Split of Team Liquid here. It's still on. The Invisibles not going to land too much damage to the M4 initially, and Navi may get away scot-free. Gene's already said, oh, Kenya! Everybody back up on top of him. Look at that, Rich.
Welcome back, everybody, to the PUBG Continental Series 2 APAC region. We're taking a little bit of a chilled approach because it's only going to get more exciting from here on out. Before we move on, we want to thank our sponsors, Predator, as well as PUBG Corporation, and not to mention Geek Events for pushing it out to you guys. My name is Gideon, and this is Play of the J for your casters for the next half of this day. Ooh, Erangel, Jay, any thoughts?
Oh, there's so many right now. It's really, this is just too close to call. As you can see that we've been set up for an awesome final day of the competition. It has never been more intense right now as it has been over the preceding 5 play days. And now we can actually see all the tenacity, the grit and determination shown by a lot of these teams. And we're going to see who wants it the most. And of course, we'll still have a little bit of all these additional factors here, which are going to really be stirring the pot, and you know, it's going to be like a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah, and a lot of the other teams lower in the standings are super hungry, and they've been taking some great fights. They've got the motivation after beating some of these top standing teams, and now they are going to be looking to be the biggest hindrance compared to the 3 racing teams right in first, second, and third place.
And yeah, I think with only these 2 games remaining, we're going to have to see who can fire on all cylinders when it comes to Erangel. And can you imagine if we get a circle like what we did yesterday? I mean, just an island finish already would throw people off so much. And it's no guarantee even for teams like Fury Australia, where they do go for Sosnovka Island, right? You know, we did see that they weren't able to get as many points as they would have liked. Same as match day number 4, the similar thing happened. But anyways, we're maybe getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. We don't even know where we're playing yet. Let's take a look at our first game here of Erangel in the start of our penultimate match.
It's time to have war in the lush greens as these teams are ready to drop as they are coming in from Kameshki all the way down to military base. It looks like this flight path is gonna be a-okay. But if you've been watching the PCS2 long enough, especially these final 2 days, you know the circle has been kind of messing with a lot of these teams for a while.
A little bit indeed, I think is, probably just going to be a little bit of understatement as well, but likely we're going to see a little bit more of clutch plays coming out. I think we did see that most of the top teams, we didn't really see too many bad plays from them. I think they are all looking relatively sharp. Of course, in direct competition, maybe we did see that Divine went out to Battle Arena Elites, but that's Battle Arena Elites definitely exercising their more strategic positioning, I would say, in that instance.
And I think what's really scary for Battle Arena Elites was the amount of points that one bad game in Miramar is really what they didn't need to do, because they wanted to kind of buffer some points from Miramar and start really profiting and harvesting and farming these points in Erangel, which is their better map.
Oh, yeah, and I think if they are going to be able to use that kind of advantage that they might have in terms of their own confidence and ability, then definitely this is exactly where they would want to have these final 2 matches. We're going to get our first circle here. It's going to be shifting all the way over here to the western side, so giving a lot of teams the options here to make some early moves if they want to get ahead of some of the rest.
If I saw correctly, Battle Arena Elites landed in Malta, and I can't remember who else was sitting at farm at the time. I know that BRU was at Malta Power at the time, taking a couple of shots at the Battle Arena. Victim Rise, yes, they were sitting by farm. So I'm not so sure about whether that rotation is going to be as easy as you may say.
Oh, yeah, I think it's going to be definitely a dicey one. I think given the kind of flight path that we did see, that they will probably know that there's a lot of teams going to be potentially in the way. Never mind those teams that really already pile into the center early because they are not in a very good position to start with. So that's going to be, again, all the considerations that they have. But BAE, they are a long-standing dropper of Milta. They're going to know how they want to try and deal with this.
I'm excited to see whether some of the North teams are considering actually going over to George Pole and kind of holding their position from there, just so they don't lose any early members and still have a pretty decent transition round coming down from George Pole down to the south if the circle is not in their favor. But we're just going to have to wait and see.
I think we'll see teams like Division X Gaming, MSC Theathon go for those kind of rotations. Division X, we did see in particular do that as well. I think on the very first Erangel match yesterday, as they did take that North George bridge all the way down to the zone. But we'll see if that's going to feature again here. It could be a little bit busy on the western bridge for Sosnovka Island. Let's not forget Fury Australia going to be there again, but there's still going to be X Stadium in the path. And very Pier side, you're going to see Day Trade going to be plying their trade there, see whether or not that this is going to be an issue. But I think for the most part, since they got a bit of a head start, they might move over to the western side of Gatka.
Yeah, and I think those are the positions that everybody kind of wants to kind of hold for now, especially considering that the circle is on the far western region. I mean, the faster they can get into the circle, the faster they can start preventing other teams from actually pushing in. So, I don't know. It's a bit of a trade-off there.
Oh, and I think Buriram now with their moves a little bit early here, they were a little bit far away, so again, they have got even more teams to worry about than I dare say Battle Arena Elites, and in fact they're gone to Lipovka, so they have got quite a bit of distance to cover here, but I think they just want to try get some decent looting going here. Battle Arena Elites not rushing it here in Milta side just because of the number of teams that they probably foresee are going to impede their progress if they move early.
Could this be a late rotation call? I'm guessing, considering that the number of teams that they actually identified at that point of time was probably 3 to 4, 2 being the closest next to them, VTR as well as BRU. However, the rest of those teams are probably going to be rotating towards the western side of the map pretty quickly. And with that in mind, I think this is a pretty good decision to actually to play this as slow as possible.
I think they know which teams are going to be there, even the ones that they couldn't quite see from the plane. Everyone has been relatively consistent. Game home always goes to Pachinki. We're always getting victim rise in the near vicinity. I think even on the first day, we did see them contest directly in Milta, but they have since moved a little bit further west. But now Cerberus, actually, they're moving a little bit closer here to Gekka quite early. But I think they realized that Astra could be potentially at the farmhouse compound at the moment.
Yeah, I don't think any of these teams at this point, with only 2 games left, can risk taking these early engagements very early on unless they can guarantee that kill. Ooh, Victim Rise, on the other hand, looking to continue to push their way through with From the Future. Mike getting, yep, they're already getting shot by Divine there.
Oh, Divine could garner some points here, but they could be a little bit apprehensive about taking some very risky engagements. Basil currently is in one such engagement as he's trying to still put a little bit of pressure here onto Astra, and of course Cerberus, they're not in a fantastic spot. They are in 12th position here, but they might of course want to be just gunning for the hills here. But now we're seeing that rotation going right past the likes of Divine, as From the Future is going to be coming down from the Pachinki side of things.
Unfortunately, no picks for Divine there. It was a good attempt, but they still managed to break through. Finally, Basil is able to disengage from that fight with the help of some utility and a little bit of Overwatch coming in from the left side of his teammates. However, Godnue coming in from Game Home, he can see everything right now. He knows the situation. The question is, does he want to tell his team, hey, is this an engagement that we can take?
And it's definitely going to be playing on the mines. Currently, they are going to have a little bit of a split. Not really too overzealous with wanting to really move out from here. They're still going to be relatively central and might just want to be waiting another couple minutes, see how things pan out. But Fury Australia, they're deciding to at least get over to the other side. But X Stadium here, they're lying in wait, and this seemingly has been playing out a number of times. But Fury Australia, they are not going to be all together here, but they are going to be taking quite a bit of damage here right at the start here. They got 2 players getting knocked down here. It's going to take it. Doxy and Insight all the way down. This is going to be horrendous here for the likes of Fury Australia, as maybe they got a little bit too comfortable with the fact that a lot of teams just don't want to really try and bridge camp them. But it is, of course, our penultimate game here, and anything can happen.
Woo! What a setup coming in from X Stadium. They profit too, and they completely cut Yiki Kumukao from the leader of the pack of that convoy. So now that they are completely isolated, being able to regroup is going to be much, much harder this time, as Ronan, he's already on the mainland. He's bailing on out of there. He can't just wait for Yiki Kumukao at this point.
I think they got a little bit too complacent with the fact that there could be such bridge camping going on there. Fury Australia, I mean, if this is their hometown, you know, on the island, they really have to be a little bit more cautious, but it turns out to bite them in the butt here. And now they've reduced down to half their squad strength. This is not how you want to enter this particular round. They're only 4 points off that leaderboard. So now they are going to go into full preservation mode. And I mean, they got some good fraggers. I will give them that, but it's still going to be difficult. They always do their greatest work by at least having 3 players to work with and being able to take some very good squad engagements.
Now we're just hovering over Yiki Kumukao here as he's coming and finally going to regroup with his buddy Ronan here on that shoreline. Looking at the current position, it looks like both of them are still on the island itself. They didn't both make it across, so I guess this boat is going to be detrimental if their only place that they can get to safely and find loot is going to be Primorsk.
Oh, and this circle is again going to be difficult because even though it covers a bit of land on the smaller island, this is still effectively cutting out a lot of playing area, and this is going to force a lot of teams to compress even more. Divine, they're going to be pretty happy with this one for the time being, but they might have to make a decision to actually consolidate their positions and just decide what they want to try and defend the most. Fury Australia, they are pretty much at the mercy of other teams. They have to kind of wait for everyone, but now MC Theathon, they're getting shot at with some Mad Max action here from Cerberus as they are all rotating in parallel.
Oh, this is so good. This is so good. The problem is that MSC can't really shoot back. He's on the motorbike and he needs to have the angle. He could look to turn to try and do something about it, but it looks like Cerberus is going to be right on top of him. And finally, they eject, get into a little shack to kind of wade off this quick rotation until they're gone before looking to rotate back again.
And Cerberus, for all their overzealous car-to-car action right there, they're actually going to get shot at here by X Stadium, who have actually moved away from that western bridge here. So it's actually free for Fury Australia, but they can't really go and take that risk again. Divine, on the other hand, they've actually moved out from those farm buildings, which have been probably occupied by Magic Esports, if not mistaken here, as they're looking to really control things from the south side of Pachinki.
Yeah, and you can see Victim Rise in the distance is from the future. Ooh, they don't take that wrong path. They don't want to go by, they don't want to drive by any towns at this point. Anywhere with structure could already be filled and rattled with their enemies. But unfortunately, this time, it's going to be the exact same position. Divine, they see an opportunity again to try and pick people off from the future, get out of the vehicle, just to allow the rest of the convoy to set up and take this a full engagement against Divine.
Oh, the nades, they're landing right on top of Divine here. Turtle is going to be in trouble. He's got the pipe for a bit of cover, but now this is from the future. They got to fancy their chances here. They have got nothing to lose by taking this engagement. They know who it is, and they would want to really spoil the party there for Divine. Oh, it looks like Teddy and Nandu, they're both going to get taken down here, but not before Teddy's nade here is going to deal the final touches. Look at them. They're cowering in fear here. They were on a fraction of HP. The nade is going to take out Turtle, and this is horrible here for Divine. They're in so much trouble.
Yeah, they are in so much trouble. They already lost Levi's and Dia, and there's only so much he can do. He's seeing the smokes being popped. He's running out of line of sight. He needs to get in closer and cover up that high angle there. However, the rest of From the Future have taken control over this left side. There is not a lot of cover to work with.
Oh, the more utility is starting to pop out. Turtle back on his feet. Nandu is still going to be down. He's right next to Divine. They know exactly where they are. But the nade now is going to take down Dian, and he's going to be a little bit too exposed there. And now 2 players there, but there's an M249 right there, and he might be able to mow them both down here. You guess 1, but not the second here. And now Jan, he's got a lot to do here, and not a lot of room to do it in here. He's the last player for Divine, and this is going horrible for the current leaders. They only have 1 chance here, but it looks like Jan, he's gonna take down another one, but yeah, he's gonna come out with it, and Divine gets eliminated first.
Oh my goodness, Divine, that was not the performance that they wanted. They got caught in a position where they couldn't do anything, and their entry fraggers and scouts immediately getting down by that grenade. What a play coming in from the future, but that doesn't mean that they're not walking away with some casualties of their own, losing 2 of their members in the process to take out the top seed.
Suddenly, Fury Australia, they can breathe a sigh of relief on that one, but they still got a lot to do here. There's still the chasing pack behind them, and they all have maximum squad strength right now here. But Divine is really not doing themselves any favors. I felt that 2-2 split was not really in their favor. They probably would have benefited a bit more from just being in a consolidated position. And yeah, they're going to pay for it there. As From the Future, they definitely wanted to show that they had the stuff of legends there, and they are going to be able to clean them out in that very gritty fight.
I just can't. The closer we get to that final game, a lot of these teams from 8th place and below are just stepping up. They aren't scared anymore. They are taking risky fights, but it doesn't matter because at this point, what is there to lose?
There is absolutely nothing but everything to gain, and they're going to be looking to continue to add a few more names to their tally here to start things off here. But Momoji, though, he's going to get shot from behind. Astra, they seemingly got the angles from all sides. Calb's also not able to do a whole lot. He does take down Zoidmate, though, but he's going to get instantly traded, and now it's looking very precarious for our Filipino team.
Yeah, it really is. They got collapses surrounded on both sides from that 2-2 split coming in from Astar, and now they can't cover all of their angles here. DXG, on the other hand, dropping the smokes. Now look at this stalemate from VTR, DXG, as well as KT. KT being the safest of the bunch, but VTR, they are very aware of Division X Gaming right across from them.
Oh yeah, and it looks like from here, Battle Arena Elites, they're gonna still be biding their time. They've actually been taking it very slowly. They didn't go for any long rotation strategy. They just continue to move in slowly from that eastern side, just going to be taking it one step at a time. They really shine when it comes to the late game, so they want to maximize. But look at the kill feed getting absolutely packed here between Astra and the likes of Archangel Predator here as they're trading blow for blow.
Yeah, and they're doing... Ooh, Agroza already locked into that care package, but nobody really wants to walk out of it to take it. I mean, there's plenty of angles that might not necessarily be safe, but if anyone wants to go for it, it's risk and reward.
Oh, and I think Victim Rise, they do have enough ability to take it. I think they're just playing a little bit too cautious now to really think about it too much. Or maybe they just haven't spotted it. I don't know. Yikikamukao, though, he is going ham at it here with only a fraction of HP. But he's got no option. He was already tanking the blue damage. Ronan is going to continue onwards here, but he's going to have to really pull in a shift if he's going to be able to get something from this game. He's looking for the next indestructible shack, but just really not a lot to work with here, and he's definitely attracted quite a bit of attention.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of teams are willing to take the all-ins, and I think Day Trade, they knew exactly where Fury was going to be. They just had to bide their time. They hear the vehicle, they see it in the blue, they take shots, and obviously one's gonna go down. But Ronan, oh no, Archangel's coming in to ruin the party as well. Their scout is here, right out in the open as well. No cover. He's got to be careful. Ronan taking preemptive shots, trying to force him back away to tell him, no, I don't want you anywhere near me. Day Trade going in hard. Mad Max activate. It is time to witness me as Ronan gets finally knocked down by the second convoy with 2 members, 1 gunner, 1 driver to finish off Fury.
Oh, yeah, there's no running away from that, and our top 2 contenders bow out of this one, and this is exactly what Battle Arena Elites needs here. They're going to be looking at the kill feed and gritting from ear to ear, but that is just half of the story right now. But they have got the power in their hands to have a massive game, but there's still going to be a lot of obstacles in front of them. Currently, Magic Esports is right here. They have to be so careful. They are stopping on their doorstep. They're in nade range right now, but they're dealing enough damage here to really force them back. They haven't primed enough nades themselves, and look at Battle Arena Elite starting to swarm around the sides. Magic Esports trying to get a little bit of width here, but Noradra, he's coming up right behind.
Oh, they don't even know. They don't even know. He's creepy. He can just wait. He waits this out. Watches the kill feed. He knows exactly who they're dealing with. The rest of BRU are coming in from the side of Battle Arena Elite. And fortunately for Sophia, there's nothing that he can do. Magic, again, trying to pull back from the fight and the aggression coming in from BRU. Noradra dropping in some utility for the low ground to cover line of sight. But BAE, they know they're in a tough spot right now. They have BRU coming up on their back. They have Magic right in front of them. And the guns blazing. They need to go for this all in as Noradra is really trying to pick them up one by one. Flood goes down, Boss G is going down, and finally that's going to be BAE taking out Magic here, but that's not all. Their line of smoke is running out. They have to deal with BRU, who wants to stay on the top spot.
Oh man, they got no place for way through this, but forward here, but that's not going to help them enough here. They're down to 1 remaining player. Barium United, this is a master stroke from them here to approach from the angle that they did, and now there's only Loki's left here, and look at Barium United. They can afford to take their time and wait for the smokes to dissipate. There's only going to be so many places that Loki's can continue to hide there, but they're continuing to survey the area. I think they got a bit too excited here. They don't even know how many players could be left in the vicinity.
Yep, and now Loki's is just going to play the bandage game, wait for the opportunity, slowly push in. They don't realize. Do they not? Have they not looked back? And unfortunately for Loki's, he wants to go out with a bang with some exit frags. He's trying his best. He got the initial knockdown on Iadi this time, but that's going to put some hurt as the next circle, still very neutral, going to get even closer to the center.
Oh, look, he's with the revenge right there. He's going to be able to knock down 2 and get one of them thirsted down, but there's going to still be Eddie picked back up here in a jiffy. But now, Burger they have a little bit more room to try and come out with this. They have 2 players left remaining here, and this is their chance to really make up some significant ground. But we've been looking at all these super influential fights here, but we still have 11 teams to go. We can't even say whether or not Buriram is even going to be able to get enough points to make a huge impact. Divine's lead looks as though that for now it's going to be relatively secure.
Yeah, and then I honestly, for the top 3 teams, I think next game it's really going to be who is going to get that winner chicken dinner, and that's going to be so important. If BRU could get even more positional points, at least the top 6 finishing here, that's really going to help them out, so they don't have to worry too much about getting kills in the next game.
Oh yeah, and it does look like now Buriram, they're gonna continue moving over to the side here, and we've seen that from the future though, it's gonna spot out Connexi, and yeah, they're gonna land a couple of shots there. There's just not a lot that can happen right now. Blue Zone is gonna force both of these teams, but I think that from the future they're gonna have a little bit more time to work with. Eddie is also gonna be covering the same area. The smoke's coming out is better now rather than later on, as from the future they're making their earlier moves here, as this could be them to really try and force Buriram, but they are separated at the moment. I'm not sure Nandu can hold this all by himself.
Yeah, he's absolutely pinned down, and finally Nandu with a quick headshot connects. He takes him down. He's gonna leave him for the Storm to handle. Oh wait, no, it looks like from the future Defiant finally looking back to support his buddy, but unfortunately that doesn't mean he will be able to save him entirely, as BRU are gonna be pushing that offense. They continue to move forward from the future Defiant. He's got nowhere to hide. He has to just put pressure and take shots, because every angle is just not safe.
Oh, indeed, and right now it's going to be a little bit harder for Buriram. They still got, well, actually, they managed to make inroads here into the zone, so they managed to buy themselves a little bit of time. There's only going to be this one player remaining here from the future, but we saw the impact that these lone solo squad members can have on the futures of a lot of teams, as we did see Loki's pretty much do quite a significant blow to Buriram, and they had to thank their lucky stars there was not another team looking to take advantage of the situation.
Yeah, look at Cerberus's position right now. They're trying to finish, trying to get the straggler from X Stadium. However, Susubang actually pushes up towards the circle just to deny space from DXG. I don't know how he's gonna be able to do it with only just himself. He needs the help of his team, and unfortunately for Basil, he's already down and dead.
Oh, down and dead indeed, as looks like Defiant, though, he's going to get spotted out, and now Buriram United, they have got this whole northern side of the circle to themselves, but there's kind of a lot of open space here, as the circle is shiftly is definitely moving here to these open fields of East Gaka, as Daytrade still trying to sustain as long as they can, but MSC Therathon, they're going to have superior positioning to work with, and right now waiting for a little bit more vision to expose those fellow countrymen.
Yep, I think they got to figure out a way to get up into that high ground there, just to kind of control that entire area and that hill range to allow themselves a good setup for the next phase coming in as we slowly rotate into the 7th one. Oh, Division X Gaming takes out Cerberus here in the process, but that's not all. MSC is coming in pretty hard as Daytrade trying to make sure that they stay alive. Veronica is going to be going down, and that should be the team here, as so many of them are so weak. However, they have taken out the 2 fraggers coming in from MSC. Their 2-2 split has really hurt them, because now they don't have any follow-up pressure.
Oh, and I don't think they were counting on those 2 knocks to take place there. Eddie, though, he's in pressure, though. But game home. They're going to be able to spot out the 3rd place team there. And Buriram, they're going to get eliminated from this one as they're rolling up on this flank. Kamals, he's going to be the player from Victim Rise here to try and sustain against this pressure, but it's not looking good. The rest of Victim Rise, though, is pushing on the hill here. They're coming down hard onto Division X Gaming. They have the Graza available to them, and Genfos, he's the player you want to have this gun in his hands, and he could absolutely mow them down.
Oh, this is such a scary position to be playing from. Victim Rise holding a very large area of the map. 3 of their members down on south side. Kamal's up in the top, just keeping an eye on Game Home and continuously harassing them just to stop them from making rotation safe.
Oh, and look at the long-range shots connecting there for Kamals. He's going to be able to land it there. And now, Day Trade, they only have 1 player, 2 players, I think, standing there. I can't quite see from this angle here, but we'll see how that's going to play a factor here. Currently, Victim Rise, though, they're clearing up on this side. Fergus, the last player left alive yet again here for Division X Gaming. It could be a little bit of a dicey one here if he has to face up against the Graza at close range, as Genfos is looking to add to his kill tally.
Yeah, and despite the knockdown there, Daytrade was able to pick one up, and now Genfos putting some shots into Game Home here. Kamals, he's trying his best to slow them down, but unfortunately the vehicles is a little too much for one person to really punish here unless he lands those shots. And Kamals, he's making sure his harassments count.
Oh, but it looks like Puches here is going to take down Glories there after Kamal's dealt quite a bit of the damage there onto the Game Home player. But Sylphie not moving into position here. I'm not sure if this is part of the plan there from Game Home, or he just doesn't have the mobility to deal with this. And now, God knew, he's going to be all by himself to try and work against Victim Rise, as this is going to be a very difficult spot for him to work out. Sylphie, he needs to transition over, but I don't think he has the vehicle to make it over there.
Kamals is rotating towards the southern side to regroup with his team. They need to be compact, they need to be strong, and they need to make sure they maintain this map coverage here. And it's going to be GH taking down Puchitz once more. How many times are they going to let this man pick his buddies back up? And this time, Godway finishes off that kill, leaving only 1 member from Daytrade to fend for himself. Kamoy getting some really good shots, but the smoke comes right up in time, and he goes prone. Oh boy. That's going to be days going down to the storm. That's super unfortunate.
Oh, he's like 1 hit from being taken out. He just heals and then he gets hit yet again here by Chimoy. Spamming through the smoke there. And again, just going to be a little bit away from sealing away that deal. But now, Sylphie, yeah, he's still got a lot of pumps. I don't know how many more smokes that he has available to him. But Victim Rise, they can sit back here and drink some lemonade, as really they don't have anything to worry about. Sylphie taken down by the blue zone now, and Cheaprit's actually going to take that kill there for a good measure. Victim Rise here, 4 kills on the game, and they're looking to add 3 more.
They are crushing it. If they keep this up and win this game, that's going to shoot them right towards contention spots, contention for that top spot, and winning the entire tournament altogether. They just need to clean up the rest of these teams. It's 3 free points and another 10 if they win it, if they manage to successfully do it, because DX3, 1 member, Game Home, 1 member, MSC Triathlon, 1 member as well.
Oh, yeah, and this is exactly when you need to have that kind of teamwork to really close out the game nice and efficiently. And of course, they won't mind using the numerical advantage to trade, but ideally, they don't want to have to trade until maybe the last 1 or 2 guys left here. But we can honestly see them having all the players that they need. Division X Gaming, they only have, they actually have 7 kills. That's quite a decent haul for them, and they've actually managed to push down Game Home in terms of the overall standing. So that's what counts for them, as there's definitely going to be a lot on the line. MC Theathon, they're going to be on the difficult spot as well, as Janku doesn't even have a helmet. 1 bullet is going to be good enough to do it from any of these assault rifles.
Absolutely, and more importantly, Victim Rise have completely taken over this map. They are just waiting for the circle. They don't have to do anything else. I don't think anybody from the opposing teams are ever going to risk peeking at this point of the game.
They are definitely playing for time at the moment, and looking to capitalize should any of these other solo squad members take down any of Victim Rise. But Victim Rise, yeah, they're standing head and shoulders above everyone. They got the height advantage, positional advantage, the angles to work with here to be able to spot everyone out. Chanku is probably going to be the first one who has to try and transition out. Fergus, he just has to try and not make it a lot of noise, but he is also relatively on the edge of the zone, and I think they know that someone's in the shack. Janku, how are you not taking damage?
Wow, he's right at the edge of it. Incredible. But now Victim Rise finally finding the last member of DXG, as well as Game Home taking him out, stealing that kill away. Real sneaky there as Game Home trying to take out as many members of Victim Rise as possible and finishing off this game strong. Victim Rise, take it away.
Whew, and they managed to really clean house in that game. Honestly, I think they did super well, considering that, they actually sent Kamals all the way up to the northern side, closer to Pachinki, just to be able to give more angles to work with and watch the flank as well. And Game Home, they were a little bit disconcerted when they couldn't decide if they wanted to move in there with all the team members. And in the end, they sent 2 players in there by themselves, and they weren't even able to set up a lot of cover to really be able to work with that into the later stages. And in the end, they kind of fell on it, but they still managed to get that second placing that might help them catch up to Division X Gaming.
I think more importantly is that Victim Rise, now that they won this, that Victim Rise is actually in contention for the #1 spot. All they have to do is get one more chicken dinner, and they've put themselves in even that gap. And at that point, they're just playing for kills. If they have one really good game here, I think this could easily steal away this title.
Oh, yeah. And I think, of course, if it could be a hugely massive game that could be helping them substantially. But 16 points in this game, that is already going to help them leapfrog a couple of places, I do believe. But 15 points here for Game Home, as well as they're also looking to catch up to Division X Gaming. But Division X Gaming, they're going to put some solid points on the board with 11 here in this game. And of course, Battle Arena Elites and Buriram, despite the fact that Buriram ruined BAE's party, they both get 5 points apiece and going to be maintaining things here. But Divine, this is the story here. They only got 2 points from this. This is allowing everyone in. But Fury, they also had problems. They got Bridge Camp on their own island as an exit here. So they got 0 points from this game, and they're going to be ruining this missed opportunity. But let's not forget, they're in single-digit difference here with Divine anyways.
Yeah, so a bit of positivity at the end, but let's look at the total leaderboards with Divine at 188, followed by Fury at 182, 6 points difference with 3 points away. Buriram right on the coattails of Fury. Victim Rise shooting all the way up to 168 points. They are in contention. They just need to hope that Divine Esports gets knocked out super early on, and then they've got a really good chance if they want to try and catch up with those kills. So expect to see these teams, Victim Rise, Battle Arena Elites, and as well as Division X Gaming, getting more aggressive than ever.
Oh, it is an absolutely exciting finish here. And Game Home, they're going to be representing in the top 2 places here for the damage from that game #3 here. God New, Cloris, both doing the work. Haisaki, J-Ken, and Sapao, all going to be weighing substantially in an all-Vietnam affair here, as they've been really dishing it out in our penultimate match.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether it's just championship someday, but these guys are definitely invigorated to do more than they are capable sometimes, and most of the time they're able to clutch it out, which is also super impressive. So I hope that this continues, because this upcoming game is going to be so important for these top teams. Now let's look over the highlights.
Oh, Divine, it's like, I think, when you're trying to have these elaborate strategies, you need to really have the right time in place. And when you have a lead to protect, you're putting yourself in a difficult situation. And from the future, nothing to lose here. Absolutely going ham on it. Jen, not able to come out with the heroics enough there. But Ronan would also bow out, as both Fury Australia would not be able to get any points from this.
And this continues on because Buriram, even though they took out BAE from their backs, they still had to deal with a lot of pressure coming in from a lot of these teams across the map as well. I mean, this circle wasn't exactly too weird, but it wasn't too kind either. I mean, look at the landscape that they're working with. Eventually, it just becomes an open playing field.
Oh, quite right on that one. As now we do see that Victim Rise just learning from past experiences here how to effectively close out the game, and they're going to pick up another chicken dinner here. And really, when we consider that teams like Fury, they haven't won at all yet, and they're already in the position that they are. It's just an incredible feat in its own right here. But Victim Rise, let's give them props as well, because they've definitely pulled themselves into contention. They've overtaken Battle Arena Elites and only 20 points off. And they're a team that also is bit similar to Fury. They're not afraid to take a lot of these aggressive engagements. And can you imagine if they managed to get something a bit better in the second match there of Miramar, where they went out relatively early?
Ooh.
They could even be
Yeah.
closer here to Divine.
And that just brings up the point of consistency is so key. And you can tell by some of the top teams, Divine really struggling to get a lot of points today. And it's Championship Sunday, so they really got to step things up for this final match.
Oh, and I can't wait to see who is going to be able to really bring it in our final ultimate match, ladies and gentlemen. And we've been all waiting for this climax here, as really, you know, by this stage in most tournaments, you know, you kind of know who can win, but your guess is as good as ours. And, you know, this is exactly how it should be. So for a 24th match, we'll have it in just a few short moments, ladies and gentlemen. But first, we take a little bit of a breather here as we set ourselves up for the grand finale. I'm Player the J, he's getting Q, and we'll see you in a few minutes.
That's your gone. That's Killikai on the board. And now suddenly just one of the bystanders, just yellow, right next to Melman. Goodbye to these teams down to so few players. Zocca, Killikai surrounded. Quizzy sprays. It's still Killikai. He's in the blue. Zocca still staying alive. Melman goes down.
ระยะกันเลยครับแหมเกตเอาเรื่องเหลือเกินครับผมและตองเคฮะถือโอกาสถือวิสาสะซะหน่อยครับตองเคบอกขออนุญาตขอล็อกด้านหลัง
对回去，然后再把经典的 T1 给处理了，但是
反而是不让他们去靠近这个山头，给 PSG 争取更多的打时间，被影响的。要这个是无处藏身，真的无处藏身，
真的是一点脚。
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Are you excited as we are right now, as we're about to have our final match here? You're joining us now. You're going to be seeing the fantastic end here to the PUBG Continental Series 2 APAC region. I'm Player the J, he's getting Q, and again, we just like to give a big thanks to Predator and PUBG Corporation. Of course, this is all brought to you by Geek Events. Gideon, how excited are you, man, here to see the finale take shape in front of our eyes?
Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I can't stop moving my hands. I've been just moving them all the time. It's just, I gotta move them somewhere. I'm that excited for this game because there are so many top competitors who could easily steal this game away. And with a game like PUBG, you're never going to know whether you're gonna be performing better or worse, depending on how the teams adapt. So many things are on the line for these teams.
Oh, and they are going to be sweating so much right now if they really want to try and come out with something, you know. I mean, everyone has been building up to this moment here, trying to set themselves up as best as they can. And honestly, we have got 5 teams here that can all come out with it when it comes to, you know, being able to deliver on this massive stage. And honestly, can't wait to see how this is all going to be panning out, as we honestly cannot predict this stuff, as you saw Divine going out early, but that was before Fury Australia lost half of their members in a bridge camp that seemingly shouldn't have happened to them. And of course, let's not forget that BAE trying to live up to the Erangel expectations that they have managed to build into everyone's mind, only to get ambushed by Buriram United.
Well, there's nothing much that they can do about that. They gotta put it behind them because this game, with everything on the line, they cannot mess up and they cannot choke. They need to succeed.
This is crunch time now, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone has to really bust out the big guns if they really want to meet those title aspirations. And honestly, we look at the top 5 teams representing 5 different countries/regions in Divine Esports. From Vietnam, we have Fury Australia. From Oceania, we have Buriram United. From Thailand, Victim Rise here. From Indonesia, and of course, we have Battle Arena Elites from Malaysia, also representing part of Oceania by their team members' nationalities. In that 5th place, could you have imagined such a finish here?
Honestly, I couldn't. I mean, I was coming in looking at days, looking at day 4, 3, 4, and 1 and 2. It's like, oh, there's clearly some stronger competitors, but now things have shaken up so much due to the consistency of their performances. How a lot of these teams are very comfortable towards the end, and now that they're getting punished for it, it's crunch time, and there's no room to feel comfortable anymore.
Oh, and yeah, it's definitely going to be a dicey one. And oh, we're actually seeing that BAE and Divine dropping very close next to each other. And this could be a very interesting twist. And it's going to be focused around Farm and Milta. Would you have it? And yeah, this is exactly going to be covering so many of them. Look at Fury Australia actually dropping very close to Buriram. They could be jostling for the same vehicles here and might see some early altercations. And we're already seeing the aggression coming out here from Battle Arena Elites. They're all rushing here, and this is definitely absolutely bad here for Divine. I'm losing my words right now. Turtle actually getting taken down here by Flood. They're chasing with whatever that they have, nails and pitchforks right now. And oh no! October Sophia!
That's so unlucky. He was the only person who had a machete who could take him out in 1 hit as Levi's is on the run. They're going to be starting off this game with 1 less member. Loki's is going to get picked up, but oh my goodness, that could have turned out way worse for Divine.
Absolutely incredible. Can you believe what is happening? This is so unpredictable right now. Flood is going to finish off Turtle right now, and Divine are going to have to make do with 1 less player. And they're going to be able to get up there, not Comrade, as of course they have a little bit more breathing room. But now look at Joxy. He's chasing Buriram. You cannot make this up. He takes on Konaxi, and now he's chasing down Eddie. He is going to be gunning for the Buriram player here. They're all taking pot shots at each other as they are looking to edge out whatever kind of advantage they can.
Oh, no. Oh no, he's coming back for more. He sees no Andre. He saw them on the bike. He misses the roadkill. He needs to turn around and use his micro Uzi to try and get those kills. He finds Joxy, takes down Konaxi here, and that it's not looking too good for all of these top teams. I didn't expect them to get in such an early altercation like they did.
2 early altercations between 4 of the teams that are currently vying for PCS2 APAC Championship. And oh my goodness, this is top drawer stuff, you know. It's like you gotta make sure that you're only watching this, ladies and gentlemen. Switch off what other show that you have playing on in the background. This is the primetime television that we've all been wanting.
Yeah, and honestly, it's looking real tough. The more that these top 4 teams fight, the more the odds of victory for VTR, Victim Rise. They might be able to just sneak this away, but they need to perform out of the ordinary this time. They also have to catch up on kill points on top of getting positional points. So if there's a time to really clutch out a hard double-digit game, this is it.
Oh, and yeah, I mean, hey, you know, they've been able to get 10 kills before in a game on a couple occasions now. So, I mean, like, let's not put it past them at all. And of course, in 2 of their wins that they did manage to get earlier on, now, of course, they have 3 total, they did get double-digit kills in both of them, you know, so definitely a team that is in the same ilk of Fury Australia, so we could probably expect to see that happen if they're able to deliver. Buriram, they are now on 121 kills. They've actually surpassed the likes of Divine here in this regard. Fury is only 5 kills behind. BAE is actually going to be in the same ballpark as well. This is absolutely crazy that we have so many teams really just vying for the top spot.
It just shows how good these teams are. I mean, like, they are there with a reason, and more importantly, they have the skills to back it up. I mean, nobody here would have expected Archangel to actually take out that 2v1 no problem. And unfortunately for them, you gotta realize that every single one of these members from each of these teams are considered some of the best fraggers in their region.
Oh, and they are showing it time and time again, and it's not just that, you know. Oh, but look at this here. I have no idea what just happened right there. And of course, Flood just jumping out here, taking advantage. Couldn't tell him to stop. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. And he's going to be able to get the first frag of the game. And that could prove to be very influential here in the long run.
Yeah, it really could, but Game Home now in trouble. It's a trade for 1-1. Momiji is down, and Godroy, he looks to be roadkill here as the rest of the team of Archangel looking to clear up shop. They gotta make this happen here. They're trading left, right, and center. CJ, the next to fall, he's gonna get thirsted instantaneously. Vanotica gets hit by a car from Daytrade side and then falls to his death.
Okay, so that's going to be a bit unfortunate as Vanotica bows out of PCS2 in a very awkward manner, to say the least. But now we'll see how everyone else wants to try and muster their best performance, hopefully to really seal the deal here. Currently, Fury still going to be looting up a little bit around on this Milta side, and let's see whether or not that this is going to be a good tactic for them, considering that the circle has actually shifted around here, so that they could reasonably expect to see that more teams would be starting to congregate in this area. But currently, they are looking very confident, looting around by themselves, but they have to make sure that this does not bite them in the butt here, as let's not forget what happened with Joxy. You know, he was able to get one up over BRU, and I think, you know, it's almost tempting fate that it doesn't happen to them.
Oh my goodness, I nearly freaked out there. I thought I missed out some of the action, but I'm already back here as Fury is looking real good. And yeah, as you mentioned, oh, Mad Max is happening again. The micro Uzi trying to pick up and thirst that kill. Such a nice, I mean, thank God for this replay. I thought I missed this out, but whew, replay saved me once again.
Absolutely fantastic, and we have to give kudos to the awesome production team. But now we have the likes of Archangel Predator looking to get a little bit more revenge for CJ, bowing out of this tournament, but they're going to be able to clean up one more of the members there from Game Home. And Game Home, yeah, this is again something that they are trying to really try and get from this game, is to move up into 6th position. They are only 3 points off Division X Gaming, so they definitely have this little bit of effort that they want to put into this one and be able to take away a huge, much larger chunk of prize money.
Yeah, and this is just a sweaty position to be in. A lot of teams are losing out members. They are suffering casualties, and it's only the first phase of the game. We haven't even hit the second phase just yet, and we're already seeing just names dropped.
And now Battle Arena leads. They've taken the time after having a very frantic start. They're going to be around Terra Firma here in the form of Milta, but now they spotted out someone, and it's going to be Naradra there from Buriram United. So it looks as though they're all mobilizing here. They could actually try and take this engagement here. They're going to be hungry for the kills. They know they need to have a big game. They need to have a bigger game than Victim Rise, and this is just going to allow them to get into a little bit of a better line of sight there, that they're going to hold their horses for now.
All right, as the next circle will be coming in and has been set, it is still on the mainland. They has nobody behind them. They don't have to worry about getting shot in the back. But the real question is this southern side. A lot of teams are trying to make it through. BAE probably not taking as much fire as they were supposed to, mainly because they could see Star taking shots coming in from Cerberus. So that's a very clear gun line coming in from Cerberus's position.
Yeah, and right now, everyone has managed to kind of find a spot here. Calbs, he's going to pick up one there onto X Stadium, but it's still going to be a little bit dicey. He gets traded back there. Hongvu going to be able to get one back for his teammate, but now looks like Basil, he's got a lot to do here. He's got the entirety of Astra all going to start priming the nades. He starts taking a lot of damage there. Only a fraction of HP, and the Molotov is going to prove decisive here in exterminating the Vietnamese threat there, but there's only going to be one of them, so he has to worry that the rest of Cerberus doesn't come down for the party.
Yeah, they got to be so careful of those crow's nests, man. I mean, there's too many windows. The moment you're in grenade range, those grenades will do some work considering the size of it. But look at this. MSC is making their way out right now. They're taking a lot of shots. And CS Susuba coming in from Cerberus. Star going in for a full engagement in Battle Arena Elite, looking to pick up the pieces here from either one of these teams. They'll take anything, and that's going to be Star bowing out here as now Battle Arena Elite looking to clean up the shop with MSC as well. So much hurt from outside influences.
Cerberus, though, will be able to get one up onto them after getting a little bit of revenge for assaulting their compound, but now MSC Therathon, they're trying to spoil the party for everyone, but so is Battle Arena Elites. They already pick up 2 vital kills that they need, but they're going to have to pick up quite a number more if they want to try and get into this, but they have to measure or temper this level of aggression carefully here, as all contenders are currently still in the game, and they don't want to go down a player or two like Buriram or Divine, as that's definitely going to be a big factor here, how they close things out and whether they can make up the difference in the long run.
Yeah, and right now let's look at the casualty numbers here. Star's already out. KT still full. Oh no, once again the crow's nest is getting completely obliterated here, but luckily they have some utility to kind of clear that up for now, as nobody really wants to hard breach that crow's nest.
And right now, this kind of third-party fire here is going to be absolutely detrimental to MSC Therathon, excuse me, as one player already getting knocked down there. Loki is going to be the benefactor of that one, but now they're moving in closer here. But Yoshi Minburi, he's going to be able to take down Basil. That's putting pressure right back onto Cerberus, but now Flood, he's going to actually be able to kill Steel there, and Battle Arena Elite's going to be smelling blood in the water here, and how ironic that it's going to be MSC Therathon, who very much is depicted on the Great White Shark.
Oh, it's unfortunate indeed, but you can already see that BAE, they want to all in this. They're calling in Sophia. Get off of Overwatch. It's time to finish this squad up.
The nade flying in there is not going to be able to get them. Let's not forget the Harry Potter Tower here does have the back room for them to work with. But now, look like Loki's. He's going to spot them out, but not able to get the benefit of that engagement there. And Rossiter Jr., he's going to be able to clear things out. Necrohor, no, he gets spotted out there by Basil. They picked the right moment here as this freeway fight here is proving decisive there. But Sophia is going to be able to take down Zico. Only going to be one player left. and for Cerberus, but Battle Arena Elites, they are stretched in all direction, and they still have this one MSC player to still contend with.
Yeah, I mean, they're still trying. All they see is foot. He's shooting his foot. Oh, what an angle. Sophia able to get it right at the edge. He's continuing to move around. He knows that he's not safe. But now, two of the top contenders, number 3 and number 2, are going right at it against each other in a full engagement. Niki Kabuka taking a couple of shots here as BRU have a strong foothold in the circle.
Oh, Sophia finishes on Cerberus here, so he's going to be able to come out on that one. But Divine, they're in trouble here. They only have DN left. He's taking damage from all directions here. And this is all going to be up to him to really stave off the competition here. But he's got too many players here from Magic Esports. Divine, they're going to get eliminated here in our final game. And 188 points is all they can muster. This might be them failing here, but it's still down to Fury and Buriram United to make up the difference. BAE gets eliminated here. And wow, what a finish that we're seeing unfold in front of us.
Absolutely. Now, their next targets is BRU. If BRU dies out super early, Fury is going to completely change their playstyle to be more safe because they know that they're ahead of a lot of these teams. If they can get that, the top spot, they will ensure themselves victory and coming out as champions. So all eyes are on the kill feed.
Oh, and yeah, I think Fury, they have shown that they are able to deal with pressure and deal with firing on all sides. But when they now look at what has happened in the kill feed, I'm not sure whether they're going to get cold feet or not, or really just to get a bit of a nervous breakdown here. But we'll see what happens later on when the pressure is being piled on. Battle Arena Elites went through that, and they didn't come out on the other side as well as they would have liked. Now, of course, they did manage to take down Cerberus, but at what cost? Not able to finish off the last MSC Theathon player as well, and he still survives till now as well. It's really ending their hopes there at taking this PCS2.
Godmeow gonna continue his harassing, trying to bait, trying to force out as much of their resources as they can while he still has plenty of bullets. But looking at this next circle, looking at to the upcoming, waiting for the next circle here, the positions of all the team, I mean, Victim Rise looking really, really safe, high up on the high ground here, as the next circle for Phase 4 has been determined to be on the southern side of the map. DXG, even though they just made it in, they still have to move forward.
Oh, and yeah, I think right now this circle shifting down south is going to be a little bit okay here for Buriram, but they do have a little bit of problems in the form of Day Trade Fury. They are going to take their time with the 4 players that they have here. They really have the muscle to work with, and there's not a lot of acting as an impediment as well if they want to go straight for the zone. But of course, they don't know that. They're going to have to play it a little bit careful. Yikika going to be the scout here as he's going to continue to cover quite a bit of ground. He's going to wave over to God Meow there with his barrel, I dare say. And he actually runs into the hut, but he's going to get shot at from X Stadium as well. But he just, in the nick of time, gets in there, but he's still puffing outside.
Ronan, he's trying to put some shots. He can move out 50% of his HP. Unfortunately, he's going to be going down, trying to block that door as much as he can. And now Godmeow, he's got to make things work for himself here. BRU, they can't get knocked out now, but Fury are hungry. They want everybody to be going down. They're dropping the smokes. They need to get these revives. If Fury can win this out, Pushwitz gets the initial headshot onto Ronan there, but it's still okay. They're still in it to win it. Godmeow, the only last member of BRU. If he goes down, Fury has the cake in hand.
Oh my goodness, Buriram United is in such a difficult position, but oh no, now it looks like Fury Australia, they got more problems. Butris tosses in the Molotov here. I don't know what they can do. They probably don't expect this here. They're going to be in so much trouble here, and Butris, he's going to take down Insight. This is so difficult here for Fury Australia to contend with. They cannot even get any vision. They're getting shot through the windows. Insight gets thirsted down here. Now, the rest of Day Trade, they're in trouble, but now looks like another one is going to be Ronan this time, and now there's only one remaining player, but he's actually going to get taken down by a third party. It's actually Joxy here going to weigh in on this. There's still 2 Fury players.
Oh my goodness, Joxy, finally, the Overwatch has finally come in to cover that angle in its entirety. That's going to be the last 2 members of Fury. The playing field for top spot has really evened out there. Only 3 members wanting to become champions here. Oh, this is a game.
Oh my goodness. 2 points now separates Fury from Divine, and oh man, how they need to really fight for every single kill, it would seem. And Godmeow, he's still in it, but man, I don't know what he needs to do to be able to take this. He is 1 remaining player, and the difference is quite substantial here. He pretty much has to stay alive to the end. Hope to, I don't know, backstab or weigh in as a third party to try and sneak a win in potentially, or get as high placement, but definitely needs to be in that 2nd place or higher.
Yeah, I guess there's 1 or 2 options that they could opt for here. I mean, BRU, they could opt to like try and sneak up behind Fury and look to pick them off 1 by 1 just to kind of deny the points and play for position, or they could just be playing like rats, stealing kills, staying as hidden as possible until he can get as many points in the position as he can, because this game really isn't in his control.
Now, Victim Rise, they are another challenger here, but they are 18 points off the pace, though. They need to get at least 8 kills here from this game if they want to try and catch up. Currently, Fury has managed to get another point here, so they're at 187. They are 1 kill away from tying it here with Divine, but now looks like Yuki Kamukau, he's actually moving right towards Godmeow, but he is making an Ibiza train of smokes. He's just trying to get into range. If he can get inside the hut, Godmeow,
this is it.
He's going to be finished here. This could be it. And Yuki Kamukau is finishing off the last Buriram United player, and he ties the points here with Divine Esports.
This is it! Fury has an opportunity to take over Divine. They just need to play for themselves. Joxy, he's taking a lot of shots. He can't go down now. Yuki Kamukau got knocked. The next stadium, they're making the shots to make it happen. Can they do it? Joxy, just live a little bit longer. You can taste the championship in your fingertips.
Oh my goodness, he's actually going to backtrack here. But he gets spotted out there. Miaoyu might be able to spam through. Joxy is getting spammed here from the high ground. His Division X also trying to rain on the parade here, but he gets the heal off just in the nick of time. He continues to run away, but he's getting tagged up here. He's putting as much distance as he can in between. This is so treacherous, but he makes it back here to the tower, and he will get enough time to heal 1 back up, but he's only got 1 first aid kit. I wonder if there's going to be any left inside the building. He's going to check once again here, but oh my goodness, he is living life on the edge here right now. I don't know what the tiebreaker situation is at the moment either as well between Fury and Divine.
I don't know either, but Joxy, at least with the help of his dead teammates, that he was able to resupply on some very, very important medkits here. Now, Joxy, he just has to play this slow. The longer he lives, the higher the chance that his team is going to be walking away with this championship. They have fought too hard and too long to lose to anybody right now.
Let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, he cannot see the live scores like us. So unless he's been calculating everything from the kill feed, especially for the number of kills that Divine has, that's going to be a tall order. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to be doing mathematics right now here when everything depends on it. He drives in. He's going to be able to get to the bottom of the radio tower, and that's some solid hard cover. But it could be X Stadium that moves up trying to steal the kill here. They totally spotted him. Miaoyu and J-Ken are both moving out to try and exact another point in their favor.
Oh no, X Stadium, don't do this to him! Don't do this to him! They take him out instantly! That's Fury tied for the top spot against Divine. This is huge. Who would have expected this deal already with an AWM? That felt like overkill, but it was just enough. Oh my goodness. Now it's Victim Rise's turn. They're the closest possible. They need to start really putting in the gas. There's 16 people alive, so that means 12 others that need to go.
Oh man, and that's quite a number of people here, but Victim Rise, they are still potentially in it to win it, but they have to shift their gears quite substantially. They are not looking very concerted here to try and deal a lot of damage here, but now Division X is starting to push into X Stadium as well. They want to try and finish out the game strong, and with each death here, this is one step closer for Victim Rise to not be able to make up the difference.
Yep, I don't know how this is gonna go, but DX3 trying to fight this structure from the low ground to high. They are pelting this structure with smokes and nades to push them and flush them out of the building so they cannot stop the assault. But DX3 are only 2 members here compared to X Stadium, who has 3, and they are covering as many angles and waiting for that hard breach.
Oh man, and looking at how this is going to be looking at trying to break this down here. It's now X Stadium. They're trying to do whatever they can to sustain a bit longer in this very gritty fight here with Division X Gaming. And now they're still trying to jostle over the farm buildings here, but it's going to be awkward. J-Ken is able to take down MBK.
Long K, he's holding his position right now. He sees his members, he sees all 3. He's trying to jiggle peek, but unfortunately, the jiggle peek isn't going to be enough, with J-Ken making sure he lands his shots with a quick, easy headshot, taking him out. But VTR is still in the running with 174 points. They could easily catch up here. They just need to get more kills.
Oh, yeah, indeed. So Victim Rise, they have a lot to do. Of course, you know, there's still a big question here over whether Divine or Fury takes it. Now, I think we'll have to, of course, go through the very rigorous criteria in terms of tiebreaker situation, but we'll deal with that later on at the end of this game here. But now Victim Rise moving in here right into the Lion's Den as they're looking to try capitalize as much as they can. They want to take some of these kills away, but Chibrit is going to be the first one to go down, and it's now Magic Esports is moving in here to spoil the party.
Yep, this is coming to a very tight situation. X Stadium trying to move in, but Magic having some great structures on their side. Valax has already been knocked down. He's gonna have one of his members splitting them up into 2 and 2, but VTR is right smack in the middle of both of them, and there's not a lot of grounds to play in the structure that's right dead center in the middle.
Oh, and yeah, right now, Killa, he could be a little bit of a pain for any of the teams who are going to be in the surrounding area. X Stadium currently looking to try and get into double-digit kills here. There's only going to be these 4 teams left alive here, and Victim Rise, I don't think that they can really get enough points from this game here to be able to make enough of a dent here, but they are trying their darnest to get as high as possible. But now we'll see Magic Esports, they're going to be in the sights there for Miao Yu, trying to unleash with AWM, but not going to be given the opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, when someone is moving so frantically and you only have such limited ammo, you can't just be spamming it, especially with a weapon like the AWM where every shot counts. And if you think about it this way, every shot could potentially be an insta-kill. So, oh boy, they gotta be careful here.
Yeah, and right now, J-Ken, again, just trying to spot out a little bit more of Victim Rise. They're still going to be offering quite a bit of resistance, but they have such a central position here inside the circle. Genfoss is just looking to try and get a bit more information here on the surrounding areas before he decides to make a big play.
Yep, they're just trying to rotate around. Moshi, he's trying to jiggle peek as much. He's trying to just look for information on where everybody is, and when they do peek, he will take shots. However, he's putting himself at a little bit of a risk from the side of Magic, who are looking down back at him.
Oh yeah, Magic Esports, they got that firing line established there along the side of the wall here. Miao Yu and the rest of X Stadium, again, having all these structures right in the middle of it. You know, this is such a precarious situation here for these 4 teams currently. No one having the better of these engagements. We'll see how the final circle looks like. And oh, this is Victim Rises to lose. This is going to be them right smack in the middle, because let's not forget phase number 9 is just going to contract all the way down to the center.
I'm surprised because this circle is relatively neutral. No big shifts. No big shifts out of the structures, especially at phase 8 where the storm is really going to hurt, and staying in it for too long is really going to put you at a significant disadvantage when you're up against some of these top competitors. Well, 1 or 2 shots and you're already down, but oh, it's tough. Magic, they've got the high ground here technically, and they're looking to push up knowing that Killa is in that building by himself. They are looking to hard breach this, and hopefully they don't make the same mistake like they did on day 4.
Oh, yeah, indeed. That's definitely going to be something in the periphery of their mind. But now we still see that Magic Esports might be focused on trying to clear out this building more than really moving, leapfrogging all the way here towards Victor Bryce just now. But Miaoyu, he's been itching to use this because he knows as the circles get shorter and shorter, he's not going to be able to really use the AWM to the fullest extent. Or will he?
Well, we're going to see how much pressure it takes until he clutches this one out. He's still trying to line up this shot, hoping that he would walk into it, maybe. But Mio, I guess he can take his time with this, honestly. Finally, Killa has been taken out by Magic this time round. Oh, the shot goes through, and a clean headshot. Boshi didn't even see it coming.
Well, I wonder if he was complacent with a level 3 helmet as well, as now it's going to be continuing to do an exorbitant amount of damage here to their armor and equipment, but they will be able to get the res off here, but it won't be able to sustain a lot more pressure in the future. But now J-Ken looking to see, can he land his SLR shots to really drive this home? And the Victim Rise, they're going to be so glad that Magic Esports and X Stadium are just shooting at each other consistently here, that they don't really have to worry. But at the same time, if you're in Victim Rise's shoes, you want to be getting as many kills as you can, and you're in such a precarious spot that, you know, you try and take an engagement here, you're going to get picked off by one side or the other.
Exactly. I mean, there's really nothing that they can do, but they are disabling, they are lobbing the nades, looking for hopefully getting some good chip damage in onto Magic as they slowly try and push into VTR's vicinity. Oh no, that's not looking too good. Genfoss goes down, but Salabi is going to get taken out in the process. Genfoss has been finished off with a molly, and this is the time everybody is going in. Next Stadium wants to be part of this fight. Tommy, can he look on backwards? No, he has no way of escape except for that window that's been blocked off. His back has been blocked off by the Molotov. Tonke looking for any kind of information through the smoke and any kind of utility he can use as Boshi picks up his mates. X Stadium looking to get into the backside of VTR here. This building is a complete war zone.
Oh my goodness. Oh, looks like Magic Esports are going to have the heads-up play. Boshi here going to be able to take down one. It almost gets a second here as he's trying to hold things down, but it looks like Tonke, he's actually going to be the one to sustain a lot of damage, as we're still going to get Magic Esports having one of their players on the ground here. Boshi is actually going to be the first one to go down in that instance, but now look at the plays here on top of the roof here. Miaoyu getting consistently flashed there. Finally going to have some vision there. He's going to thirst down that Magic Esports player. Now he's getting shot from the shack.
Yeah, I mean, Miaoyu, he's in a really great position because nobody can contest his height as of right now. There's no higher pinnacle that you can get a vantage point on him. But now they're going to be lobbing as many flashes as they can to keep him blind, use their utility to make it work. And this is exactly why Miaoyu is in the perfect position as they're taking out members from every team right on top. Miaoyu, one-man army looking to hold on.
Oh man, he's still stuck. He's got his level 3 gear, still looking to mow people down with the barrel as man, this is such a dramatic finish right now. But oh, looks like he's gonna get another one. Miaoyu, he's going absolutely crazy. He's got 5 kills here in this game. Valux now, he's the last surviving member, but he's in a little bit of a pickle. He can't see more than 5 CM in front of his face at the moment here, and he's playing hide and seek here with Victim Rise. It looks like he's gonna get one of them. Now it's a 1v1v1 situation.
Oh my goodness, this could go any way. It could go for any one of these teams. They're calling in Victim Rise. Come, Chamoy. He sees the opportunity, and now it's a healing game. Who's gonna live? But we all know Victim Rise got hit by a bullet. So the winner, chicken dinner goes over to X Stadium for our final game of today. Woo! That was
X Stadium winning out. We haven't seen a circle or a game finish exactly like that. And whoa, man, you cannot predict this stuff going on. But oh my goodness, what happened in the overall championship race there. Of course, we saw Divine Esports and the likes of Fury are both tied with points. And now while we wait for the final results to tabulate here, just to tell you how we determine the tiebreaker here. First, we will look and see who's got the most number of kill points across all matches. If that is still tied, we look at the team's best performance for a total match and how many points they're able to get that. If it's still tied, we compare each team's best performing match based on just kills. So that's a few criteria. There's still another couple more, but I don't know if it's going to come to that here. But we have to see what's going to happen between these two. Victim Rise, they had their chance, but just not enough kills.
Yeah, just not enough kills, and that was the problem. And especially towards the end there, X Stadium, they had prime position. They got to the roof. I'm surprised God Meow was able to, I was able to get up there just to kind of hold that position. And better yet, nobody really noticed him actually climb up onto the roof. And I thought he was for sure gonna die if he was making that transition.
That was a master stroke from Miao Yu, as X Stadium is going to be able to claim their only win here right on the final match. But so much drama happened in this one. BAE going ham at Divine Esports early on, then BAE falling in the subsequent battles in a three-way fight with Cerberus and also MC Theorathon, as they were desperately trying to gather whatever points that they could. Fury Australia also were putting the finishing touches there on to Buriram United, and now we have our final match results here. X Stadium with the 21 points. Magic Esports going to get 13 from this year. Archangel Predator getting another double-digit game here with 10 points. But yeah, this game has been a story about everyone else who needs the point, not getting enough of them as they would like. As it was so close right at the end.
Oh, right at the end, Divine still on top with their 5 winner chicken dinners, and I'm pretty sure the tabulated points, I mean, they're same as Fury, but again, once you come into the supers, it looks like Divine edged it out. So you have your winners, Divine Esports, absolutely crushing it, followed up by Fury just behind them, Buriram Esports in 3rd, Victim Rise in 4th, Battle Arena Elites at 5th, Division X Gaming at 6th, Game Home Esports at 7th, Day Trade Gaming at 8th, MSC Triathlon at 9th, Kaiser Tuna at 10th, Archangel Predator at 11th, Astra at 12th, Cerberus Esports at 13th, and in 14th place, Magic Esports, 15th place, X Stadium FedUp, and 16th place From the Future. What a PCS this has been.
Oh my goodness. Congratulations to Divine Esports. But look at Fury Australia. I think everyone here has put on a fantastic show. And congratulations to everyone for their outstanding performances here. Yuki Kamukau leading the way in terms of damage here, standing head and shoulders above the rest when it came down to it. Genfos also going to get that second spot in terms of kills. It was Eddie here really carrying his team. Buriram United. Genfos going to have 38 himself. Yuki Kamuka also weighing in with 35, as well as Venotica. Clory is going to have the 33 and over 24 rounds. This is absolutely amazing. And you know, ladies and gentlemen, I have a bit more information on how the tiebreaker actually resulted. So it was actually Divine and Fury not only tying with points, but also on the kill points. So we actually had to move down to our second criteria to figure out who won. And it was going to compare which team had the best performing match. Divine had the championship because they had a winner chicken dinner round with 16 kills. So that was 26 points. Fury, they haven't had a chicken dinner win. So their best round was only 16 points in match number 12. So unfortunately, just not going to be quite up there with Divine. Divine is going to be able to take it away. And my God, this is the thinnest of margins I have ever seen it at this level.
Absolutely. And Fury, they've got to be so frustrated. They work so hard to get all those points despite not getting those chicken dinners. And at the very end, what bites them back is not winning one chicken dinner. That has to be so frustrating. But they are, honest to God, some great competitors.
Oh man, if they only got one more point from any of their engagements. And I mean, this has to be so heartbreaking for them. They have put in so much work and effort to really close the gap after Divine had a lead of about 45 points at one point in time. But everyone has managed to fight tooth and nail, show the grit and determination to really close the gap. And considering that, you know, this has been such a very unpredictable field to play against, where there's just so many new competitors, really throwing a spanner in there for everyone. But in the end, Divine finally returned to championship glory here, as we have not seen in some time. It's been a while, since early 2019, but it looks as though they're going to return to the summit.
I mean, I don't know what to say. That's just the nature of PUBG. The best of the best came, but only one team takes it away. So once again, GG, well played to Divide Esports. Jay, do you have any last words before we start closing up the show?
Well, I think each team that really has participated here, you know, has really done quite an effort. Battle Arena Elites, they have come back from you know, not having not having any Malaysian representation here for the earliest of times. You know, I think for the rest of this year, we haven't seen Malaysians qualify for the Southeast Asia / APAC level at the highest level of competition. So that's definitely a step in the right direction. And also contesting here for the top spot, Victim Rise, showing that Indonesia is still going to be a force to be reckoned with, as we've seen them gather experience over the course of 2019 and now 2020, and they finally managed to put themselves in as a top 5 team here right at the end. Buriram, they're going to feel disappointed, but I think, you know, they managed to garner even more experience here and starting to turn things around, but not quite enough to be the champions. And Fury, as the Oceania representative that continues to deliver, they are so close from it. But I think, you know, ladies and gentlemen, we've had such an amazing set of games here over the course of 24 rounds over 3 weekends. And honestly, this is the best. I mean, it sounds very cliche, but it's honestly the best viewing experience I've ever had for any PUBG tournament.
And that's why you got to stick around for the APAC region. We got plenty more to give every time they give us that opportunity. But with that being said, it looks like all of this has finally come to a close. Thank you to everybody who's been watching and supporting your teams. My name is Geek, and this is Play of the J. For the final time, we're going to be closing out the PUBG Continental Series 2 APAC regions with your champions, Divide Esports. And with that, we wish you goodbye, good luck, and have a great day.